Hurt when you do even the most routine physical activity? Have they told you it's time for knee or hip replacement surgery? Hey, it's Bob Fescoe. Stop what you're doing and listen. You deserve a life of comfort and ease with no surgery and no meds, and QC Kinetics can get you there. You can have real lasting relief from chronic joint pain without drugs, without surgery, and without downtime. Discover your options with advanced regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics. The consultation is absolutely free. This is an all-natural approach that harnesses your own body's healing properties to treat the root cause of your arthritis pain. So call QC Kinetics today, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. It's QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299. Call QC Kinetics today.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards RealFit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
It's football season, and now you can get anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Well, almost anything. You can't get a running back, but baby back ribs? Yes. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Hey, it's Alex Gold, and since I'm the single guy here at the station, yeah, I know.
Wow, how surprising.
They're having me read this promo about Instagram. You probably didn't even know we had an Instagram, right?
Hello, Instagram followers.
But now you do. So do me a favor and go follow us at TheFan965. Win tickets, get behind-the-scenes content from the station. Plus, watch videos like Chiefs Take Tuesday and Best Bets on Sundays.
100%.
You're listening to your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5
This is the all-new
Fan.
96.5 The Fan, your new home for K-State athletics. KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
You ready? You ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the Red
35-yard attempt, well within his range. 18 of 20 this season. His left, so one of those misses a 60-yarder in the half. 35-yard attempt from the far hash. Dixon, the punter, will hold. Raboni is the long snapper. Lutz waiting for the snap. Placement is down. Lutz's kick is blocked! It's blocked! It's blocked! The Chiefs blocked the kick! They're going to stay undefeated! The Kansas City Chiefs blocked a 35-yard field goal attempt! Kansas City wins this game on a blocked field goal!
Se viene el bateador Lutz de parte de los Broncos, el número 3. Se acomoda hacia adelante, la patada, ¡el bloqueo! ¡Jere! Se bloquea esta jugada y Kansas City se lleva la victoria del día de hoy. ¡Hay bloqueo! ¡Los Broncos la fallan! ¡Los Broncos no pueden hacerla! ¡Y los Kansas City Chiefs se llevan la victoria cuando esperábamos un gol de campo! Kansas City y tapa este ovoide y se lleva la victoria por 2 puntos. Kansas City se mantiene invicto en la temporada 2024, Hannah.
And good morning. Pump it up, Mac. That's right. Oh, it couldn't happen to a better team. Couldn't happen at a better moment. Just when you think you got it, the life is sucked away from you by the Kansas City Chiefs, who are victorious yesterday, 14-16. I normally say that in the reverse order. Pretty jacked up this morning because, well, I'll give you some more audio.
Will Lutz backs up, takes 2 steps to the side, says he's ready. An attempt of 35 yards for the win. Snap, placement, kick on the way. It is blocked.
Oh, you love to hear that.
Oh, my God.
I don't even know what to say. I really am at a loss for words. 35-yard field goal blocked with 1 second to go, and Kansas City is going to get out of here with a 16-14 win over the Broncos.
Kick to win it.
Blocked! The Chiefs have won! The Chiefs have won!
Oh, that's great.
I had a good time yesterday at the game. Did you guys? That was awesome.
I mean, I feel like brioche of the weekend should just all be a blocked kick.
I was going to text you guys last night and say everybody's brioche this weekend is the kick getting blocked and a different call from the game yesterday. Wow, baby. Wow.
I think this is where I think this show speaks so much volume to everybody out there, right? Bob Fescoe, Dusty Like is Mac Morey, all with you here on 96.5 The Fan. You're home.
Got my tea.
Yeah, you sound like you had a pack of cigs yesterday.
I guess I lost my voice at the game yesterday. I can't imagine why, you know.
How's everybody doing?
Hey,
It's
how
Bob
you doing this
Fescoe.
morning, man? Get your 16 cents at Hy-Vee today because the Chiefs scored 16 yesterday. No, I mean, jeez. I just don't have the words for what,
man. What was
haven't.
Ben's reaction? Because you were next to Ben Mallard, who's in L.A., he's in
Right.
town. We did the meet and greet Saturday. Shout out to the Landing Liberty. Great
Right.
turnout to everybody
Yeah.
that came out. You can't script this, which is hilarious because we try to.
Right.
To bring a friend in who's never ever been to Arrowhead.
Never, ever.
And I hope he never comes back because you can't top that. That's like a hole-in-one your first time playing golf.
Yeah, they're coming back. They can't wait to come back now, right after that.
Ski in the playoffs, Ben.
So we were just kind of sitting there. It's the last second, and everybody's kind of standing and trying to figure out what the hell's going to go on. And
You're
the field
texting
goal,
Tony, the driver.
Yeah, right. Like get ready, Ralph. Let's get the hell out of here, right? Type of thing. And so we've got the kick and everything's lined up. And there's some losers leaving the stadium. I will say that if you left the game yesterday before it was over, you suck. I'm just flat out, you suck. Okay, because this is a team. If you haven't learned right now that this team is always going to find a way to win, and you left that game early. Yes, it was a noon game. There's no excuse to leave that game early. People left that game early once they got like inside the 30-yard line, and it looked like it was going to be, a game-winning field goal. And when you play for a game-winning field goal, Sean Payton, see what happens, right? F around and find out. Because right before the kick, Josh texts me, Kling, and he goes, this is going to doink off the upright. Well, he was close.
Upright of Leo Chenal's arm.
Yeah, Leo Chenal's arm. And so we're sitting there in the back of the end zone, kind of in the middle level. And Ben's sitting behind me, and I'm standing in front, kind of like being this like cheerleader or whatever, like just standing there like this. You can see on the feed. And the kick misses, and I lost my mind.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I lost my effing mind.
You and 70,000 others.
I mean, it was like the best feeling leaving a regular season game that I've ever had at that stadium.
Oh,
and I mean, I can't think of a better regular season game. We're not going to say this is Super Bowl playoffs, anything like that. But, I mean, leaving that game yesterday, the energy, dude, was palpable. And we're celebrating. I'm hugging people I never met before. That's the best part about sports, right?
That's an outlier for you. Like, normally you'd be like, don't touch me. And you're over here.
Yeah,
like,
right. Yeah, no,
here.
I'm hugging. Like, I don't know who people are. We're high-fiving. People are chanting my name as we're walking down out of the game. Like, it was like, and Ben looks at me and he goes, the pure joy on your face is just unbelievable. He goes, this was the best thing ever. He goes, to see you react the way that you did was just unbelievable. He was going nuts. His wife was going nuts. Everybody was going crazy because nobody had seen anything like that before. It was wild.
To go back, God, I can't believe you hit puberty yesterday. I'm
I know.
so proud of you.
Thank you very much. I got hair under my armpits and everything, man. It's awesome.
Mac.
Yeah. Mac hasn't hit puberty yet. We can talk about that, but
yeah, but he's got a lot of cougars after him.
yeah, he really does.
God, you are a mousetrap for cougars. My God, you're a great wingman. I'll tell you what, that sour cream lady. Anyways,
you interested in Emily?
No, I gotta be professional. But If there
That's a
were
yes.
a million.
Hey, Emily's listening right now. So, Dusty's interested.
That's not true. I'm professional. Also, go to the Westin anytime, too. Anyways, don't spit that water out, Mac. No,
Tammy, Dusty's interested.
Let me tell you something here. No, I think that to go back to what you were saying, and I know there's some of you here that probably do remember this, but that sort of feeling of yesterday, and maybe I'm missing one, that game Alex Smith let him back.
Yeah,
against the Chargers. That's
game,
there.
yeah, right.
Right. When you saw his picture go viral where he flexed and you saw how, jacked of a guy Alex Smith was.
Yeah.
You go backwards from that. And because you have to think about it, right? Like this game, not playoffs, take the playoff Super Bowls, all that away. But the game that it really reminded me of where you just really had a low percentage of winning, because I bet the Broncos at that point had a 98% chance of winning.
I think it was 99% chance of winning is what they were saying as we were walking out.
And I know you won't, because they do this in the Comeback with the Boston document. You need to watch it. It's great.
No chance.
It's awesome. It's fantastic. Yeah. And anyways, but they do that throughout Boston's history. Like they bring up the 86 World Series where they had a 96% chance to win. And then it goes, Gary Carter base hit, 91. Next guy gets up, 88. And then it's when Buckner's play's coming. And it's 84% down to 56. And then it's just zero. And the other one that makes me think of it is that Cleveland Browns game. Do you remember when
Dwayne Rudd with the helmet?
His helmet.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And I'm thinking because there's a fumble and then
John Tate's running down the field with the
that's
ball.
when my dad let me know that the game can't end on a defensive penalty.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, well, does the play still count that he had the run? And he's like, oh, yeah.
And
it's
then there 15. Was a penalty after
He's
that.
It's 15 on top of because Dwayne Rudd threw his helmet.
Right.
And
what an idiot.
All of a sudden, 47-year-old ass Morton Anderson goes out there and parks it, and that was the start of the 8-0 season when they would eventually lose to Cincinnati and lose the undefeated record. Yeah. But they would go on. I believe that was the end of
I'm trying to think if that was the same year.
I think it was.
I can't remember, but it was obviously a Vermeil year. It was definitely Morton Anderson. It was definitely Dwayne Rudd. It was definitely John Tate. So it was either 01, 02, or 03.
Yeah, because it was, I know it was Trent Green.
Yeah, it was definitely Trent Green and all that kind of stuff. But was that the same game that some dude got hit in the eye with the penalty flag? And then,
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I just know that game felt a lot like this game, where my roommate and I are standing there, and he's like, damn it, they're going to get the ball, they're going to take it down, they're going to kick the field goal. And I was like, so you're saying it's over?
Right.
And he's like, well, I mean, all they got to do is kick a 25-yard field goal. I'm not kidding you guys. I'm not kidding. I almost became a one-man household because as soon as he kicked it, I pancaked him into the couch.
Yeah.
I lifted him up and threw him down. And I was like, are you kidding me? And then my FaceTime goes off 5 minutes later. It's Bob and Ben. And I literally, Stone Cold Steve Austin, chugged the beer and then looked directly at both of them and spit it into my camera.
Yeah.
And Bob looks at me and chugs a fireball shot and just goes, where's the effing Tylenol? See you tomorrow morning. And hung up the phone. And I mean, I'm wearing all the Chiefs songs you can think of on one of those construction-style speakers, so you know it's loud.
Yep.
And my neighbors are doing the whole, peeking their head out. But because the Chiefs won the way that they won and how they won, it was accepted. And I don't think I'm calmed down yet from yesterday's excitement.
I couldn't come down last night, dude.
I'm the calm
I really
all
couldn't.
night.
Yeah, I could not come down at all last night.
No.
My friend Gene Watson FaceTimed me yesterday after the game, and he goes, this is unbelievable to watch the way that these teams win. And he goes, and I've never seen you this drunk. I said, yeah, especially on a Sunday, right? I don't drink Sunday through Thursday, but by God, I was slamming Fireball on the bus ride home yesterday and getting after it because I still the adrenaline is still going. I can't explain to anybody if you weren't leaving the stadium with that feeling of this is why we love sports.
Yep.
This is why we love sports, because you're hugging strangers, you're celebrating your team, everybody's happy, loving life. Ralph got a big bag of Topsy's popcorn that they wanted to get rid of. I don't know if Taylor Swift was inside the bag or not, but I mean, it was just an incredible, incredible day, and it goes down as my favorite regular season game ever. And I will say this, those other two games that you mentioned, clearly not as much on the line as what was on the line yesterday, too. Going to 9-0, staying in sole possession of that first place record, keeping the undefeated season alive, And now you're getting ready for Buffalo. And now you're getting ready for arguably the biggest regular season game of the year, the one that's going to matter the most when it comes to all this stuff at the end of the year. And the Kansas City Chiefs right now, I hope they feel invincible and they're on cloud nine, because as I texted people, like the only thing I could text people last night was holy bleep, holy bleep. Oh my God, F this, holy bleep, holy bleep. Like, it was effing amazing. Like, I just, like, I'm still riding high. I lost my voice. I got drunk on a Sunday. Like, this is wild, man. Like, these are the moments. These are the moments that you look at and you go back and you go, this was when you knew it was going to be that undefeated season. This was the moment that you saw it all come together out there, because they had like a 1% chance of blocking that kick. I think, and we'll get through the numbers, there's been like since 1994 in that type of situation, only 6 field goals have ever been blocked. I mean, oh, God, what a game yesterday, man. I am just still exhausted, wiped out, and, like, fired the hell up. Let's go on a Monday.
I don't care that we have to go to a break, Mac.
I don't either.
I want to know. The boss,
where's the Tylenol?
The boss can shove it on a break right here. I want to know what your perspective was, because you were there, too. You're with your brother. You've got people around you.
He was with Wesley yesterday.
Yeah, one of my good friends.
Oh,
yeah,
Wesley, okay.
Should be a brother. Yeah, practically. Yeah.
Brother. And what's your POV?
Dude, it was electric. Yeah, anyone leaving, Bob, can suck it. That
Yeah,
was people are walking past me and Wesley. Me and Wesley are like, what?
Where
are
you
kidding
going?
me? I don't care that this game feels like it's over. It's never over,
It's
dude.
never
It
over.
was the best. Yeah, hugging random people, screaming at everyone.
Yeah.
We're running down the concourse. People are watching the blocked field goal on their phones as me and Wesley are running down screaming like, we won!
Yeah.
We won! It was incredible.
How
it was
many
electric.
times did you watch it yesterday? If it's under 20, right? Like, I don't think it
Exactly,
is.
yeah.
I just
I
go
lost
over
count.
and over and over and over and over again. I mean, it was just, wow.
It was electric.
I mean,
Yeah, it
I
was
had
awesome.
so many tweets from people asking for cigarettes and all that kind of stuff.
Sounds like you smoked them all.
It does. I can't. I don't think I've lost my voice at a game since I was a kid. I mean,
Those games make you feel like a kid.
They really do,
seriously,
man. They
man.
really do. Like that yesterday, that's why we love it. It's why we love sports. It's why we do what we do. It's why we got into this business. It's why you guys are paying attention to us and listening and joining the parties, because we love it and it brings everybody together. Yesterday was just so much fun. Everybody was happy. Everybody was in a great mood, and then everybody left with a great win. Like, it couldn't have been perfect weather.
We're all going to get laid.
I mean, hey.
That's all I thought about after that is the Rodney Dangerfield quote from from not Jackass, but from Caddyshack.
Yeah.
Wait, everybody's going to get laid.
We're all going to get laid. Yeah.
I'm all right.
And maybe people did yesterday in the parking lot. I don't know, but my God, I mean, God, if you can't create it, we burned a Bronco before the game in the parking lot.
It was so great.
Look out for PETA coming your guys' way.
Screw them too. I just tell you, man, what a day. Just what a day.
Don't forget,
what
you
a
can check
day.
everything out on the live stream, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all of that. On the other side, it's no surprise we got an analogy to what this season is already starting to remind me of. And yes, it's cross-contaminated with another sport. Mac Morey, Bob Fescoe, Dusty Like. It's damn glad to have you on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Make sure to follow us on Instagram @TheFan965 for behind-the-scenes content from the show. Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, I tell you what, man, the NFL was great yesterday here in Kansas City, and it comes to a conclusion tonight on Monday Night Football. And you can cap off the NFL week with a chance to win on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers can get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins for tonight's game. And you're looking at the Miami Dolphins at the Los Angeles Rams. You want to build the same game parlay. How about Tyreek Hill with an anytime touchdowns? Odds got to be pretty high on that. How about we look at Tua over the passing yards, and also how about Sam Bradford over the passing yards as well? Just visit FanDuel.com/610Bob to make every moment more this season. FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL and of 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Kansas. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Getting help is your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com.
Xfinity here. How can we help?
Yeah, there are so many football games streaming this season. Can Xfinity Internet handle it?
Oh, we know the game is only live once, so we built a network with all-pro speeds and low lag so you don't miss a snap.
So I can yell, "He's open!" when he's actually open?
Yeah, but the quarterback still can't hear you.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and TV and enjoy instant access to your favorite live sports with the Xfinity Stream app. Actual speeds vary and not guaranteed. Streaming content limited to the U.S. Programming subject to change.
I'm Brian Tedesco, CEO of Blaupunkt Americas, the pioneers of the car stereo. Today, we're not just about sound systems. We are revolutionizing the e-bike scene with Blue Dot Bike. Thanks to AmericanEagle.com, our online presence now features a dynamic e-commerce website that showcases the quality and affordability of our foldable e-bikes. And our collegiate e-bikes, just perfect for the college fanatic. These e-bikes offer a new way to experience freedom on two wheels, no matter your age. When we needed a top-notch website to match our cutting-edge e-bikes, we turned to AmericanEagle.com. They made the impossible seem easy, tackling digital challenges like pros. Check out the Blue Dot Bike website to see AmericanEagle.com's amazing work in action. Need the best in website and digital marketing solutions? AmericanEagle.com is your go-to. They've been a game changer for us, and they can be for you too. Visit AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW-1. That's 877-WEB-NOW-1.
At the UPS Store, we know being a small business owner means holiday time is still go time. Still get those orders shipped time. And still re-up on stamps and supplies time. That's why this upcoming holiday, while others close up shop, we'll be open. And happy to help you keep being unstoppable. Come into your local store today. Most locations are independently owned. Product services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable.
In business, service is everything. Cintas delivers what you need to better serve your customers. Whether it's freshly laundered work apparel for almost any job imaginable, tested and inspected fire protection systems, first aid and safety supplies, on-site AED training, or mops and restroom products, stocked and ready when you need them. Better work days happen together. So visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this. If something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
The current federal government is actually going $1 trillion deeper in debt every 100 days. That's why thousands are turning to Goldco, a top-rated gold company, to diversify their savings with time-tested safe haven assets, physical gold and silver. Right now, not only is Goldco offering a free gold and silver kit, but on qualified purchases, they'll give you up to a 10% instant match in bonus silver. Call 855-838-GOLD. That's 855-838-GOLD. Performance may vary. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
See Metro4.com on the Missouri East Side. I-70 westbound from 470 into downtown. It's a 15-minute drive. At Metro Ford, family-owned and operated means the same trusted faces every visit. Just 10 minutes from downtown. Plus, get peace of mind with our 5-year, 200,000-mile pre-owned warranty, including roadside assistance and emergency trip interruption. Only at Metro Ford. Online at kcmetro4.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Chiefs Kingdom, Arrowhead pride. Let's roll, baby, competition terrified. Coach Reed, Travis Kelce, Tyreek, Chris Jones, Tyrann Mathieu, Patrick Mahomes, united under one goal. No
running back stays. One running back stays with Bo Nix. Trotman, that's Javonte Williams as the running back. Trotman is a tight end, flex just outside the right tackle. Chiefs sell out blitz. Nix back to throw, being chased by Bolton. Sacked all the way back at the 36-yard line. And I mean, they made the fire call because all of the fire trucks were coming out of the fire station. It's a loss of 20.
What a play that was by the former Mizzou Tiger. How about that for the weekend of fan bases? If you are a Mizzou fan and a Kansas City Chiefs fan, how you are alive and well, I have no clue. how that's possible. Because that Mizzou game was nuts, by the way, just referencing Nick Bolton there. Shout out to the Mizzou Tigers for that one. That was a great game to watch on Saturday night. But that's not where we're at today. It is a victory Monday as the Chiefs win 16-14 against the division rivals. The Denver Broncos couldn't happen to a better team. That one's for John.
Yeah, it really was yesterday. Yes, it was for John yesterday. I love how the fact that I got on X, formerly Twitter, as they say, after the game yesterday, and so many people were posting the video of Elway carrying the Super Bowl trophy through the Chiefs and all the Chiefs players patting the Super Bowl trophy as John Elway was moving down the line. But I will say this, one thing about the Denver Broncos, we do know who the second best team in the division is right now. I do believe it is Denver.
The Chargers?
No, I think Denver, man. I do. They got a really good defense, and they came after the Chiefs hard yesterday, and it was unbelievable to watch it. I was impressed with Denver more than I was, with the Chargers when they played the Chiefs. But I think Denver, man, they're on the come. There's no question about it. They are on the come. But they didn't get the win done yesterday, and the way that they milked that clock and moved the ball around and waited till 1 second. You're playing with fire, man. You're just absolutely 100% playing with fire in those situations. And Leo Chenal did what he had to do and blocked that damn kick. And the Chiefs are sitting at 9-0. And I mean, my God, I just can't still describe how awesome that was yesterday.
Yesterday was, I think, a stepping stone to what this season will hopefully potentially become. Because I think, obviously, from the get-go, everybody talks about the three-peat. Nobody was really, we're having a beneficial season with what is already a special time to be alive during this run. And, I was sitting there yesterday kind of thinking after the game, once I'd kind of like relaxed and started to watch that Dallas-Philadelphia game, where I guess it's not
game.
I guess it's not Dak that does the here we go.
Yeah, I heard that yesterday too.
Cooper Rush was doing it. I'm like, so this is just like
just
a
thought I
weird
was
thing
drunk.
in Dallas.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
because I was thinking to myself, like, who normally says that?
Yeah. Here we go. I was like, oh, so Cooper does it too.
Where are they going?
Nowhere.
God, they suck too.
That's a great reference to the Boondock Saints. Have you seen the Boondock Saints? The movie?
Negative.
I have not seen that. No.
Okay, it makes me feel less bad though.
Oh my god.
Well, I haven't seen much of anything though.
That's fair.
Nowhere. Where you going? Effing nowhere. But no. So I'm sitting there. I'm thinking. I'm trying to think. Okay, Dusty, we got 12 hours until the show starts.
I was ready to go yesterday.
Oh, I could have gone from the end of the game all the way to the end of our show today.
I know. It would have been great.
And I thought of a baseball analogy.
All right.
And do you remember, and I'll tell you what it is, to have a perfect season, to me, is a lot like having or throwing a perfect game in baseball. A perfect season in the NFL has happened twice. Regular season. Yes, regular season has happened twice.
Yep.
The Dolphins go 14-0 or whatever it was.
Yep.
And then the Patriots went 16-0. 16.
Did they get to 18 though? Would have been 18-0 if they won the Super Bowl 16. It would have been 9
in the regular season.
Regular season, yeah.
And I thought to myself, okay, those seasons probably had games that were like this. And then I was thinking to myself, in baseball, which has been around for 100 years plus, there's only been less than 30 perfect games.
Is that what it is? I have no idea what the number is.
I know there's been a ton of no-hitters, but
Yeah.
I think there's only, maybe you can look this up real quick. I think there's only been 28 perfect games.
That's wild if that's the actual number in over 150 years or whatever it is in baseball.
I think it literally is something like that.
Shows you how rare that is.
And I'm thinking to myself, I remembered the Mark Burley perfect game. And I don't know if anybody else remembers this.
24
perfect games in
24
baseball.
perfect games in baseball history.
Nailed
Wow.
that.
Yeah.
Less than 30. And I remember Mark Burley's perfect game. And if you remember correctly, there was a play made on the mound that he made, which he was a Gold Glove pitcher. And then there was a play in center field, and I can't remember who it was, but he either robs a home run, either robs a home run, or he has some great play in center field to save the perfect game.
I'm trying to think who would have been playing center field for the White Sox. The last guy I can remember playing center field there was Lance Johnson in the 80s.
And, there's Aaron Rowan and other guys as well, but it's irrelevant. And what I'm getting at is, even in a perfect game, there are certain situations throughout that 27-out stretch where things kind of have to be a low percentile to absolutely achieve.
Right.
You've seen perfection in baseball. We've seen perfect games be thrown in our lifetime, even though there's only been 24, which is insane.
Mm-hmm.
But you see plays that happen when you're like, plays like that, you'll remember why this guy threw a perfect game.
Right.
And then I'm starting to think about the Chiefs season. Right out of the chute, they win by a toe, right? And then
you think about the Cincinnati game where they win 26-25. Jamar Chase loses his temper.
Loses his mind. Yeah.
If he doesn't lose his mind, there's a chance that game has a different outcome.
Absolutely.
And then you think about this game, Leo Chenal blocks the kick, and they win with a 1% chance to win, and they're 9-0. And at the end of the year, if they do go undefeated in the regular season, the first number you will see is 17-0.
Yeah.
But what you'll remember is you'll be like, they're 17-0. And you're like, yeah, you remember that Denver game? How do I not? Do you remember how they won in week 1 with the toe? Yeah. To be perfect is so damn hard, and it never really happens. Again, 24 times since the evolution of baseball to this day has been a perfect game in the sport. Twice in the regular season in the NFL has it happened, and now the Chiefs go on to 9-0. I'm not saying they're going to beat Buffalo or go the rest of the season undefeated. I like their chances against Buffalo, but when they do, or if they do go undefeated, it'll be things like this along the way. Like when you watch a pitcher throw a perfect game like Mark Burley did, you think to yourself, man, that guy robbed a home run. There was a great play at shortstop, and Mark Burley made a great play at the mound. For those 3 outs out of the other 24 or whatever in the game, those are the reasons why it's perfection, because sometimes you get lucky, and that was, I'm not trying to say that was a lucky block.
Look,
and it's okay sometimes.
Excuse me.
And as us golfers, not golfers, golfers
not
like
a lot
to say,
of golfers after yesterday.
No.
Well, 5 interceptions, but he still won.
On the come. But like the thing about it is, we have a saying in golf where like you might like toe a shot and come on, man. You toe a shot or something like that and you hit something and it pops up and it goes on the green. Like, gosh, that was a terrible shot. But hey, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Absolutely. And that's life, I think, too. I think it is better to be lucky than good in a lot of aspects of things. But when you look back at a season, when you look back at a game or something like that, there are moments along the way where you have to say, okay, let me file that in the back of my mind and let me think about that one a little bit later on, and maybe this will come back and play. This just happened to be the last play of the game, so we're going to remember it. That toe happened to be the last play of the game, so we're going to always remember stuff like that. But, along the course of a perfect season, a special season, there are those moments. I mean, just go back in the Royals in 14 and 15, and even this year, everybody remembers that Seattle series and that big win in Detroit in August with MJ hitting the home run. Like, there are moments over the course of a season when you have a special season that are so important that in the moment you may not recognize it, but when you go back and you look at it, you definitely do. But I think everybody recognized what that was about yesterday. I think everybody got that feeling like this is our year. This is going to be the year that the Kansas City Chiefs, go for history and put everybody else on notice that they are the best team in the history of the NFL. Because if they do run the table this year and they are 20-0, they are the best team in the history of the NFL. And there's no debating that. There's absolutely zero debate that can be had who the best team is, the 72 Dolphins or whatever. No, the Kansas City Chiefs, if they run the table this year, will be considered the best team in the NFL. But sometimes you get a couple of breaks along the way. Not everything's going to be perfect. Not everything's going to go the way that you want it. And yesterday, you say lucky, and I think there is a lot of luck, but also I want to credit Leo Chenal. I was sitting there watching Football Night in America last night because I just couldn't get enough highlights of the Chiefs game, right? And Florio, who we don't like normally here in Kansas City, says, I just talked to Leo Chenal. And I'm like, okay, what did he have to say? He goes, we were studying that tackle or guard. Excuse me.
You going to make it?
I don't know. We were studying that guard, and the extra points, we looked at him. He's a little light on his toes, so we figured we could bull rush him, and that's exactly what they did. They bull rushed that dude, ass over tea kettle, blocked the kick, and here we sit. Like, luck plus smarts, man.
And that's what the top text says from the 816. Luck is preparation meets opportunity. Every rep Chenal has put in the weight room had paid dividends yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's fine. It's still a lucky block.
It's still a
I don't
lucky
care.
block.
I
No,
understand.
you have a 1% chance of blocking that, right?
I'm
Yeah.
not trying to be a jerk or a Richard here. I mean, I'd rather have that sort of luck on my side. Like I referenced golf. I'd rather hit the tree and it comes straight down, hits a rock and lands on the green and be like, yeah, I didn't mean to do that, but I'll take it.
You'll take it, yeah.
Because I'm not thinking that every game they're going to control. I mean, you look at the scores that the Chiefs have had this year, and it's
But there hasn't been a blowout, know?
No, gosh, darn it. But they're 9-0.
But they're 9-0. Oh, my God. But they're not scoring enough points. And I left the game early because I wanted to get my pumpkin spice latte before they went to peppermint.
I love peppermint. But the thing is that, they remain perfect. And sometimes to remain perfect, you have to have imperfection happen.
Yeah.
And, yesterday is one of those games where, it's like when you play Tampa Bay. It's not our fault that the next week that they got to play the Buccaneers, both of their starting wide receivers are out.
Right.
That's part of the journey that
It
you have. And you can
happens.
find
Yep.
all those things throughout the entire season. Week 1, the toe. Week 2, Jamar Chase. Week 3 in Atlanta, they went for it
fourth
twice
downs.
on 4th down.
Yep.
Got it. Week 4 against the Chargers. I don't really remember what happened in that game.
I don't
They just
either.
won by
They just
7.
won, yeah.
Week 5 against the New Orleans Saints. I don't really know what
Kind of
happened in that
blowout,
one.
yeah.
Kind of they had control of it.
Derek Carr got hurt, I think, and had to leave the game
26-13.
or whatever that when they fired their coach.
Bye week, nobody showed up to play the Chiefs.
Right.
28-18. Brock Purdy had his worst game of the year.
Yeah,
They
but
didn't
he had
have
his worst game of his year because the Chiefs made him have
Not
his
only
worst
that,
game.
but in that game, no Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk blows his ACL, no Christian McCaffrey. Stuff like that happens.
But you know what? The Chiefs have been dealing with that since preseason, though,
Sure.
Dusty. Like you
I
know,
I'm just saying from an opponent's
Yeah.
standpoint. You play Las Vegas in week 8. You played Las Vegas. Week 9, you played Tampa Bay. They lose both of their wide receivers. How you done? This week, you blocked a field goal.
yeah. And that's just kind of the way that it works. But you know what? The difference is the Chiefs have gone through a lot of those issues themselves, but they are so well built and so well structured and so well coached and GM'd and owned and the whole 9 yards. Like, it is a perfect organization right now. And, you know, you mentioned this guy getting hurt and that guy getting hurt. And for a lot of teams, that derails the season. The Kansas City Chiefs lost their 2 top wide receivers before we hit October. And they're 9-0. And guys step up and guys make plays and guys do their job. You find me another team that loses wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2, and you show me where they're 9-0 right now. That's because they got a coach that knows what he's doing. They got a defensive coordinator that knows what he's doing. They've got a quarterback that knows what he's doing. They've got players like Travis Kelce again. Can we tip our caps to Travis Kelce for his day
Absolutely.
yesterday? I mean, how fabulous was he yesterday?
I'd have played great too.
mean,
That's how my girlfriend showed up to a football game.
I mean, my goodness, Travis Kelce yesterday. All the people saying that he was washed. He's having a renaissance of his regular season career. But guys are stepping up. Oh, I'm sorry, we lost our star running back as well.
Yep.
Like, I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
Lost a corner.
He lost a corner. Done
have
for
a
the
left
year.
tackle.
Don't have a left tackle. Lost 2 of them yesterday.
Don't have a right tackle.
Don't have a right tackle. Barely. Like,
He was bad yesterday. I know that you love him, but dude, he was bad
No, yeah,
yesterday.
he was bad.
And
Mahomes
I'm
barely lived through that game.
Look,
dude.
I'm Jawan Taylor's biggest apologist
Me too.
because
I'm a huge defender.
my wife, like much like she didn't like Eric Fisher, she doesn't like Jawan Taylor and complains about him all the time. I think he's a very good player. He was hot ass yesterday. There's no other way to put it. And so is the 2 guys on the other side, Wanye Morris and the other guy. They stunk. They stunk out loud yesterday. But the Chiefs still found a way to win, and that's because they are such a good team. They are so well coached. They are so well organized. And the other thing is, they never panic, man. They just never panic.
Have you checked the odds of Coach of the Year yet?
I have not.
I wonder. I was going to say, I wonder what they are
I
today.
have not. Who do you think would be leading it today?
I mean,
It's got to be Andy Reid.
Still Dan Quinn.
I guess, yeah.
Or Dan Campbell.
No, they lost yesterday, bro. Like, you're out. Dan Campbell?
No, he won. Dan Quinn lost.
Too many Dans. Dan Quinn, you're out. You're out. You lost yesterday.
We can get into that. We can get into that later, but
I don't think the odds reset till after Monday night because there's still a good chance for Mike McDonald to get a win tonight.
I will say this: Russell Wilson was a clown yesterday when they won. He did not only that; he did the Antonio Brown celebration, and then literally did it over the guy that jumped off.
Does any of that surprise you, though?
Russell Wilson being a fan of Antonio Brown?
No, just being a clown after a win.
Yeah,
I mean,
because normally Russell Wilson's always like, "That's right." I'm a leader. Like that's normally like him. That's not him.
Clown to me.
That's not him being an arrogant ass.
Yeah,
that's what he was.
Hey, you know
But
what?
good for
He's
them.
feeling it though. I don't
Good.
blame him.
I can't wait till Christmas. Now I can't wait to ruin his Christmas.
The last 2 years for Russell Wilson, that was like a release of everything that I think he's gone through personally over the last couple of years. They won yesterday, man. They found a way to beat a Washington team that everybody thought was going to go out there and beat them, and they're sitting at 7-2. Oh my God!
By the way, I want to apologize quickly because I don't want to ruin anybody's victory Monday.
Yeah.
So I'm going to draw this out. Bob Mack, Kansas City. I guess I'm wrong. I guess that block wasn't luck. I apologize. It's the second time in less than a year he's blocked a kick. They practice that every single week. Sorry, the block was not luck. It was a dominating play by Chenal. Okay, it wasn't luck. I apologize.
There's a lot of luck here.
No.
There's a
How
lot of
effing
luck.
dare you? How effing dare you? It was skill. He knew it. He knew exactly where to be with 1 damn second left. I apologize. He's a pro at that. You know what? When Aaron Rodgers throws a Hail Mary because he's thrown 5 in his 95-year career, skill. Anyways, moving
hasn't
on.
thrown a touchdown pass. The Jets haven't scored a touchdown, or not the Jets. The Bears haven't scored a touchdown since that Hail Mary, by the way. So you want to factor that kind of stuff in.
We'll get to that.
Look,
We'll get to that conversation.
If you're sitting here waking up this morning and you're mad that we said it was luck or anything, you're a bitter human. I just really are. Like we're not going to sit here and get into the semantics of it. Patrick Mahomes didn't think they were going to get it done.
I didn't know
Everybody,
that. I didn't know that Texter was at practice every day.
Nobody thought they were going to get that done. And you know what you can say? You can tell me and sit here all the time. Oh, they practice this. You're right. They do. Everybody practices a lot of things.
Yeah.
But for it to come to fruition in a game like that, it is pure luck.
I practice golf every day. If I get a birdie, it's luck.
And I will tell you this. If that is not luck, then he should be blocking every single extra point and every single kick.
Well, he did it one time last year, too. The division's over. That's good,
Oh,
right?
God, yeah,
that's a
done.
check mark. We always want to do that, right?
Yeah, we got the X next to our name. Have we clinched a playoff spot yet? I saw the playoff standings not giving us a playoff spot yet, but I think we pretty much clinched that yesterday, right?
Yeah. So when you go through a season, at least if you're the Chiefs, okay, let's win our division. Let's have a perfect season. Let's win a three-peat. I kid. No, the first step in any sport is win your division, because then you're guaranteed a home playoff game.
Right.
That's a lock, dude. And I've never been able to really honestly say this by watching this franchise throughout the time that they've been, and that is the fact that it's week 10? Almost week 11?
Yeah, week 11 next week, yeah.
Not only is the division over, but the AFC has a chance to be over, because I'm not going to lie to you guys. After today, when we celebrate, we go home and take a nap and eat a hash brown breakfast burrito from Abelardo's. Hey, Don. I will say this. It's on to Buffalo. So let's have fun today. Let's have fun today. Today's the party. Today's Happy Veterans Day, by the way, to all of you out there that did your service. We appreciate you. So does everybody else at the radio station besides us. We're here, the only ones in this building working today, to show your love for this victory as well. But look, you have a real damn good chance to not only lock the division's over, right? No one's catching you. But you have a really good chance, if you beat Buffalo this week or next week, I guess, that the AFC's over and it's week 11.
It's week 11 and this thing is over. And you know what? It's going to fire them up when every talking head on ESPN today says, well, the Chiefs were just lucky. They shouldn't be 8-0, or they shouldn't be 9-0. They should be 8-1. They're not that good. Blah, 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 blah. Buffalo, I hate to break the news to you, man. A wounded duck is coming in there and they're going to kick your ass this weekend. Like, I don't want to be the Buffalo Bills this weekend. I think this may be a blow the Jets game out for the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, enough of the people saying they're not good, they're lucky, they're this, they're that, the other thing. They're really not the best team out there, blah, 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 blah. If Kansas City goes into Buffalo and slobber knocks the Bills, there's nothing you can say about this team anymore. It shuts everybody up. Let's go to Buffalo. Let's shove some chicken wings where the sun don't shine and show Josh Allen why he's not the best quarterback in the NFL.
Bob Fescoe, McMorray, Dusty Likens coming up on the other side. We get into an overreaction Monday here on 96.5 The Fan, your home, Kansas City Sports.
It is time to give you a chance to qualify for the $500 Hy-Vee gift card every day at 6:40. We're going to play a Chiefs highlight, and if you are caller number 6 who knows the Chiefs that we're thankful for, you're going to have the opportunity to qualify for that $500 Hy-Vee gift card. We're going to do it every day this week, and on Friday, we will announce our winner. So be caller 6 if you know this Chief that we're thankful for.
2x2 with eligible receivers. P-Ryan. Shades to the right, far side of the field of Mahomes. Barks out a call. Now they motion to set up 3 eligible to the right. They throw right, touchdown! Kansas City! Just pivots inside and now ties Tony Gonzalez with 76 receiving touchdowns. The best in Kansas City Chiefs history.
All right, 913-586-7965. If you are caller 6 and know that Chief that we are thankful for, you will qualify for the $500 Hy-Vee gift card to be awarded on Friday.
Fescoe and Dusty. Subscribe and watch the show on YouTube by going to our channel at The Fan 965, Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5, The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Manning Roofing do an unbelievable job. I know they did for us a couple of years ago when we needed a new roof. And one of the reasons they do such an unbelievable job is because they have a place where people love to work. If you love going to work, you're going to produce better than if you hate going into the office, right? The folks at Manning Roofing love going into the office. They love their jobs, and they've been there for a long time. They have been there for many, many years. Most of the crews have been together 5 years or more working at Manning Roofing. So you know they love working. And when you have people people that love working at the place they are, they're going to produce a great product. And Manning Roofing does an unbelievable job when it comes to roofs. The other thing that Manning Roofing is so good at is they're a general contractor, so you don't have to worry about going to anybody else. Sometimes your roof gets damaged, but you also have siding, you have windows, you have gutters that get damaged. Manning Roofing does that all. Manning is a true general contractor. Plus, they know how to help you with insurance. They've done thousands of jobs in Kansas City and have never once been rejected by an insurance company. So set up your appointment at manninggc.com or give them a call, 816-448-8208. That's 816-448-8208. Manning is my one-stop shop for roofs, gutters, siding, and windows. The choice is simple. It's Manning Roofing.
When it comes to beef, nothing tops world-class, highly marbled Wagyu. Booth Creek Wagyu's Overland Park Meat Market is ready to elevate your beef. Their farm-to-fork commitment brings this intensely rich and flavorful beef from the tall grass prairies north of Manhattan, Kansas, directly to your table. Stop into the store to see what our customers are calling the jewelry store of beef and taste the difference. Our in-store experts are sampling freshly seared Wagyu 7 days a week. Located in the shops at Deer Creek Woods at 135th and Metcalf.
The holidays are a magical time to get engaged. At Shane Company, we're here to help you create your dream engagement ring in just 3 easy steps. Choose a setting that speaks to your style. Compare diamonds and colorful gemstones in all shapes and sizes. Then personalize it with a decorative crown and special engraving. Or choose a perfectly preset ring that's ready to go. At Shane Company, you'll find everyday competitive prices, a no-pressure environment, and an unmatched free lifetime warranty. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
I'm Mitch Holtis, voice of the Chiefs. Everyone develops cataracts naturally as they get older. When your vision is affected by cataracts, you should see my doctor, Dr. Steven Silverstein at Silverstein Eye Centers. Dr. Silverstein is a world-renowned cataract surgeon who performs life-changing laser-assisted cataract surgery with premium lens implants to correct your vision up close and far away. Trust my eye doctor, Dr. Steven Silverstein, Silverstein Eye Centers, 816-358-3600 to schedule an appointment.
Calling all Chiefs fans. You could be on the field at the 50 inside GEHA Field for the official coin toss at a Chiefs home game this season. Visit Chiefs.com/GEHA now. You can enter to win a chance to be on the field for the March to the Three-Peat. Plus, you can score other exclusive prizes. Enter for a chance to win at Chiefs.com/GEHA. GEHA is the proud partner of the Kansas City Chiefs.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with a personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Metro Ford online at kcmetroford.com. On the Kansas side, 35 northbound trip from Olathe into downtown is 20 minutes. At Metro Ford, family-owned and operated means the same trusted faces every visit, just 10 minutes from downtown. Plus, get peace of mind with our 5-year, 200,000-mile pre-owned warranty, including roadside assistance and emergency trip interruption, only at Metro Ford online at kcmetroford.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Kick to win it. Blocked! The Chiefs have won! The Chiefs have won!
They always try to tell you in the professional biz not to let your bias bleed. Kevin Harlan gave you 2 middle fingers on that narrative.
Yeah, how good was that call by Kevin? Oh my God.
I couldn't believe it.
Kevin is the best. He's just the best human being on earth. I love him. Love him to death. My God. And then that call yesterday, you have in the booth Kevin Harlan, Kansas Cityan, former voice of the Chiefs, and Trent Green. I mean, like, the day couldn't get any better. It just couldn't get any better.
Oh, and by the way, it was the Broncos who it happened to.
That's right. And it's the Broncos, and it's Kevin Harlan with just
kick to win it. The Chiefs have won! The Chiefs have won!
Insane.
Still fired up.
You're going to be asleep at 6:30 tonight. This will be the first time in your life that you're like, man, you know what? I'm kind of glad it gets dark early.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, well, it's dark outside. Dad, it's 5:15. Yeah, well.
Oh, you want to see me get fired up again?
Kick to win it. The Chiefs have won! The Chiefs have won!
Total skill. Total skill.
Oh, every time I get it, I just want to jump up and yell, baby.
Goosebumps, man.
Oh. I'm sweating. My adrenaline is pumping. Oh,
Papa
my God.
Molly, I'm sweating. Papa Molly, I'm sweating. I shouldn't be singing that song on the air. But yeah, Dusty says, luck, and there was a firefight. Another great Boondock Saints reference. Shout out Willem Dafoe. I can't believe you guys haven't seen that movie. Anyways, that game was awesome. Like, there is not a franchise in sports that I hate more in my life than the Denver Broncos. So that couldn't have been a better day for me. You can have your Yankees, you can have your Chargers, your Raiders, your whatever. It's always been the Broncos for me. I've talked about this on Friday last week. I told Mitch Holtis that. So to me, that was I'm good. I'm good for the rest of the season. If they go undefeated, sweet. The way that win was is an overreaction for me to say that my season is complete.
Yeah, I was going to say you've pushed the overreaction button a little bit early on that one, because at 9-0, if they didn't do anything else, they finished 9-8 or something. You'll be like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that's but I'm saying they won't.
I know they won't.
That's why when we say the division's over, for the division to go anybody else's way, the Chiefs have to lose 4 games. That's not happening.
No, they're not losing.
Find 4 games they lose on their schedule.
I'd find a game other than this Buffalo one coming up, man. And obviously, this is the circle game of the year.
Houston is no longer the game that people thought it was.
No.
Actually, time out. Let's just get into the overreaction. I don't know. No? Okay. Overreaction Monday brought to you by nobody, but somebody could step up. I'll do mine first. The AFC is cooked. Houston is meh. Houston is no longer that team. They're no longer that team. Houston, I thought at the beginning of the year, might have a chance. This is their sophomore struggle bus. C.J. Stroud is getting figured out. They can't seem to close out games. They're now 6-4. That Houston game in December, when they come to Arrowhead, I think they're going to be shaking in their boots. The Bills are just above average.
But they're still winning that division, though, because who else is, right?
I mean, come on.
That division sucks.
Yeah, I don't know how Houston finds motivation for the rest of the season, because they can't get the 1 seed, and that, like, they can win 8 games and win that division. Like, literally.
That's great.
8 games
that division sucks.
Division blows.
Yeah. And the Bills, in my opinion, are just above average. They kind of struggled with Tennessee a couple weeks ago. They kind of struggled against Joe Flacco, who basically gave them the game by throwing that interception for a touchdown in the first freaking 5 seconds of the game, but they didn't. And I get it. Oh, the Chiefs struggled with the Broncos. The Chiefs struggled with the. Come on. I don't think the Bills are as dangerous as everybody says. It's also an overreaction Monday. The Chiefs are 9-0 with just one tough game left on their schedule. That tough game is not Buffalo. That tough game is in Pittsburgh on Christmas Day. Caleb Williams is a bust, and I was wrong. He is absolutely not going to make it in the NFL. Jeez. The guy sucks, dude.
I told you.
I'm sorry. I was wrong. But where I was right, Kyler Murray.
Playing great, yeah.
Welcome to the MVP room discussion, bud, because he's going to win that division. He's going to be the reason why Arizona's doing well. He's getting Marvin Harrison Jr. the ball, and he's doing it efficiently. My MVP room in the clubhouse right now, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. Those are my four
Those
MVP
are your four. What about Leo Chenal? Does he make it into the MVP room?
No, he's not good.
I'm with you on the Caleb Williams thing, but I've never been a Caleb Williams fan. But I will say, man, Kyler Murray's impressing the hell out of me. What he did yesterday. Now, let me ask you guys this:
Can you say that one more time?
Kyler Murray's impressing me, man. I'll tell you, he was great yesterday. But how much of this are the Jets just giving up on life, man?
Jeez.
Like, I mean, seriously,
Depressing. It was Robert Sala's fault.
No,
it's Zach Wilson's fault. Is that what you get for people on the text line that say?
Yeah, who say, well, actually, I think. But no, but like the Jets.
Double banned.
I'll get into the overreaction. Aaron Rodgers is the biggest athlete fraud of all time. And I don't know who comes in at number 2. And I don't know that I'll ever lose that again. Nobody has been peddled more as a quote-unquote savior and a great player than Aaron Rodgers to produce nothing. And you start to look back now, and people are like, I can't believe they only won one Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. My thought is, I can't believe they did win a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers because it's all about Aaron Rodgers. He's so selfish. It's all about him. He is so narcissistic. It's all about him. And when you have somebody like that on your team that is like 52 players over here and then one guy over here or 25 guys in a baseball clubhouse and another dude over here, it just doesn't work. I'm shocked they won a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers.
Did you know his brother was a broadcaster?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. He did the game. I was like, we were watching the game on Saturday night in the zoo. Yeah, I didn't know. And I was like, that guy looks familiar. And my buddy's like, yeah, that's Aaron Rodgers' brother. I was like, oh, that's funny, Bob, because we do the last name thing too. He goes, no, seriously, that's Aaron Rodgers' brother, and he hates him. And I'm like, nice.
Yeah, no,
he's good.
Yeah,
I thought he was good.
His whole family hates him. Like,
that's right.
It's really evident why and who is the problem in all of these relationships.
This is supposed to be overreaction, not natural reaction.
Oh, I'm sorry. So
what's the overreaction about Aaron Rodgers?
The overreaction, biggest athlete fraud of all time. Yeah.
Okay.
The reason is 100% him. The Chiefs need 2 tackles and should consider moving Tooney outside to shore things up. Is that an overreaction or is that a normal reaction?
Didn't you say it was asked?
It was asked in the press conference. Josh texted me. He goes, maybe
he's going to play left tackle.
He's probably going to be left tackle, yeah. Joe Tooney's going to be there. Overreaction, Jerry Jones will never see his Cowboys in a Super Bowl ever again.
Well, he's only got 2 years left on Earth.
He blamed the sun yesterday. They were blaming the sun in the stadium yesterday.
You built it.
That's exactly right. They were blaming the sun in the stadium yesterday.
He built it like that on purpose.
Yes.
Well, because he's a dumbass.
God, it's Dumas.
Yeah, Dumas.
not in this situation.
No, it's a dumbass. Giants are the worst team in the NFL. And Baker Mayfield's stiff arm of Bosa, to me, is a top 5 pass of all time. I've never seen anything like that before. That Baker Mayfield stiff arm, like, Bosa better get back in the weight room because Baker's little chicken arm out there just held him at bay, and he threw that pass and completed it. Oh, my God.
I feel like that should make angry runs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I don't know, again, one more. I don't know if this is an overreaction, normal reaction. Pittsburgh's a legit contender.
Yeah, I think you're right. I was making fun. I think we all were kind of undermining them. I think they're real.
I think Russell Wilson's got a fire, and I hate to say that out loud, but Russell Wilson's doing something this year with Pittsburgh. I mean, dude, the throws he made, the great catch by George Pickens yesterday, that was nasty.
My gosh.
He dropped a dime to Mike Williams, and they have a dual threat at running back. They have Najee Harris.
Wait, hang on a second. Back up.
Yeah, I know where you're going. That guy that Aaron Rodgers got.
The guy that Aaron Rodgers didn't like, right?
They said if he could have just been in the right spot. Mac, your overreaction Monday.
Bears lost most disappointing of the season. It's just ridiculous.
At one point, Caleb Williams had like 60 yards on 9 attempts.
I'm not to the bust level yet. I'm not there.
The
You need
NFL
more
is,
time.
dude.
No, you need more time.
You're the only one.
It's the problem
Big
with the
Cat,
NFL.
Chicago. Danny Parkins, Chicago. They're all writing him off.
I told you before the season started.
Danny Parkins not. Yeah,
I told you before the season this guy was a fraud, and he's looking like it. Now, he doesn't have a great coaching staff around him, and I will give him that.
Eberflus is a fraud.
But who's going to be the coaching staff that comes in and saves this guy now?
Ben Johnson, hopefully.
You know who it's going to be? Aaron Rodgers.
It's going to be Ben Johnson or Mike Vrabel. Chiefs are a team of destiny.
Yep.
The AFC sucks besides the Ravens, Bills, and Chiefs. And
how's it feel?
It's the worst 3 o'clock slate games ever.
Thank God, because I didn't pay any attention to him.
That's because you couldn't see or talk.
I was drunk.
And then looking at the schedules, boys, Bengals, Broncos, I think it's week 17. That's our first playoff game of the season. That will be a win-and-in game. Bengals and Broncos. I think it's like week 17, week 16. That is a playoff game.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
913-586-7965. A very simple question. No playoff football responses. Where does that game rank all time in the regular season for you as a Chiefs fan? 913-586-7965. Don't overlook it. Where does that game rank all time in your Chiefs fandom? We'll get to that on the other side on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Kansas City Sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friend Dawn Sharp is really amazing at what she does. Her and her team know how to sell houses. They know how to get you the most buyers. And the Dawn Sharp Realty team recently guided an out-of-town client through a seamless home sale right here in Kansas City, demonstrating their professionalism, organization, and warmth every single step of the way. Even with the client's unique situation of being out of town, the team stayed in constant communication, making sure they felt informed and supported. Their deep knowledge of the market was evident as they prepared to present the home in the best light, leading to a successful sale. This client couldn't have been happier and would highly recommend Dawn Sharp and her team to anyone looking for a trustworthy, knowledgeable partner in real estate. The Dawn Sharp team truly gets it done, and Dawn and her team can do so many different things for you. If you want to skip all of the options and go straight to sold, you can do that with their instant offer program. Just contact them to find out about going straight to sold. In fact, contact the only agent I would trust if I needed to sell my home. It's Dawn Sharp with the Sharp Homes team, brokered by Epic Realty. You can Google them, Sharp Homes team, and see over 200 5-star Google and Zillow reviews, or you can just visit them at homesforsaleinkc.com. That's homesforsaleinkc.com, and start packing.
Bowling Warehouse is taking over KC with a mashup of football, bowling, drinks, and fun. And with 3 15-foot televisions in the hottest bar in town, there's absolutely no better place for watch parties, get-togethers, and happy hours. And what could be better than splashing down pins at your next business event or private party? Plus, Bowling Warehouse KC is convenient for everyone off 435 and State Line. Whether it's a fun night out or a way for your organization to unwind, make your reservation now at bowlingwarehousekc.com. It's time to fool around and find out.
Hurry to Old Navy now through Monday to get 40% off everything. Crush those holiday wish lists with 40% off everything now through Monday only at Old Navy. Valid 11/7 through 11/11. Excludes gift cards. Today only deals, clearance, and accessories.
Tune in this week to Kickoff with Boomer and Valenti, where they break down all the headlines in the NFL. Presented by T-Mobile. Head to T-Mobile.com and get a great deal on the iPhone 16 Pro.
You're always better with a roof from JR.
We've had more than our fair share of hail and wind this year. Are you playing Roofer Roulette? That's when you bet your roof and your home on the first random roofer to ring your doorbell. Why do that when JR and Company offers a free hail and wind report online at jrstormcheck.com? Just plug in your address and we'll pull a multi-year storm report. You'll know exactly what your roof has been put through and if you even need an inspection. If you do, no one is more thorough and works better with your insurance than locally owned, veteran-owned JR and Company. And if you need a new roof, remember, a roof from JR comes with a lifetime warranty on workmanship. Don't play Roofer Roulette with your home. Visit jrstormcheck.com and remember,
You're always better with a roof from JR.
Visit jrstormcheck.com.
Hey, it's Cody and Gold, and for those of you who've been listening to the show for a while, you know all about our friends over at Centric and how you can find a brand new career in as little as 4 months. But Did you also know that you can work with your current schedule with some of their flex options for learning online or in person?
Maybe you're just getting out of high school and want to start that career now and that career path now, or you're looking for that change with better advancement, better pay. Centric can do those things for you.
They have plenty of funding options like the GI Bill. You just got to go talk to our friend Russ at Centric.com. That's CENTRIQ.com.
Here's another great reason to use the United States Postal Service this season. Your boxes are wrapped and the gifts are in. Our employees are ready. Let the holiday ride begin. Let's start with the price. It's easy to manage when you ship with the reliable USPS Ground Advantage. In just a few days, it's sure to arrive. We're working nonstop to keep the spirit alive. USPS Ground Advantage, the affordable and reliable shipping solution for the holidays. Visit USPS.com/advantage.
Staples has amazing deals on everything you need for the holidays, from custom holiday cards and photo gifts to laptops and gaming systems, even shipping solutions. And right now at Staples, save up to $350 on select computers. In-store only, offer ends 11/16. Unwrap huge savings at Staples.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double pump, double hot, double whip, double sleeve?
Can you handle that much caffeine?
Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
I'm cutting you off.
You earn, we match. Unlimited cashback match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Let me tell you about my good friend Andy from Andy's Frozen Custard. He's from Kansas City, never misses a game, and serves the world's finest frozen custard. Tailgate with a pick six, or grab a freshly made custom treat before or after a game. And tell him Mitch and Andy sent you.
Chiefs coverage brought to you by Andy's Frozen Custard. Visit eatandys.com to find the location nearest you. Top your day with a smile.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Metro Ford, online at kcmetroford.com. On the Missouri side, 35 southbound, ramp to 29 northbound. Pretty heavy right now with a new problem. At Metro Ford, family owned and operated means the same trusted faces every visit. Just 10 minutes from downtown. Plus, get peace of mind with our 5-year, 200,000-mile pre-owned warranty, including roadside assistance and emergency trip interruption. Only at Metro Ford, online at kcmetroford.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison. Weekdays starting at 2 on Kansas City's FM sports station. 96.5 The Fan. KFNZ FM and AM. HD1 and HD2 Kansas City. An Odyssey sports station.
Kansas City! You ready? You ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Number 58 is DT the Great, and we flaunt it. Hate and we shun it. No competition, the opposition fake. I don't think they really want it.
Back here on Fescoe and Dusty. I know you want to do it. It's like giving a kid a new toy.
That really is. God, I'm so excited still.
I
can't help it. It's just so great,
on cloud
right?
nine, man.
Yeah.
I feel you're going to hear that audio in a promotion soon.
Or you know, this audio is really good though.
Will Lutz backs up, takes 2 steps to the side, says he's ready. An attempt of 35 yards for the win. Snap, placement, kick on the way. It is blocked.
Can you cut that blocked and compare it to this blocked? I can't believe it's been, what time did that game end yesterday? 3, right? 3 plus 7 is 4, 12 plus, it's been 16 hours. And the energy and the excitement and all of this stuff, man, is just still right here at the forefront of my being today, right? Like, I am still so fired up over that game yesterday. I just can't put into words how freaking awesome that was yesterday, man. It was just wild.
And that's why we asked the question on the other side. What was, where does this game rank all time? Can't say like, oh, Super Bowl, whatever. Like, no playoffs, none of that, right? Because, obviously those are going to trump over everything. But Somebody also on the text line says, Dusty, there's no way you're serious that you think Patrick Mahomes should be in the MVP race. I am serious because he's got the third best odds in Vegas.
He's also 9-0 as the quarterback of a team that hasn't lost a game yet. And in the NFL, everything is based on your quarterback. That's just the way we judge things right now, right? We judge it by Super Bowls and all this kind of stuff. Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback of this football team. And boy, I'll tell you what, yesterday, Patrick Mahomes is a big reason why this team won. How many balls did he throw away where he should have been sacked or, whatever?
You want some
Lord.
You want some good news right now here, boys?
Yeah.
Andy Reid is your favorite in Vegas to win Coach of the Year.
I told you, man. I'm glad I put that $5 bet on.
Andy Reid.
I may cash in on this one, right?
Andy Reid right now is plus 400. The next coach is Mike Tomlin at plus 450.
Yep.
Kevin O'Connell at plus 450. Jim Harbaugh and Dan Quinn also at plus 450. Patrick Mahomes, third best odds to win MVP. Lamar Jackson, leader in the clubhouse at plus 125. Josh Allen at plus 350. And Patrick Mahomes at plus 750.
What's going to happen after this weekend's game when Kansas City goes up to Buffalo and gets a win? Where's Patrick Mahomes going to be in the MVP conversation? Then where really is Andy Reid going to be in the Coach of the Year category? I think people are starting to realize, and they're stopping to take Andy Reid for granted right now. I think people are looking around and realizing, okay, Andy Reid is the greatest coach in the NFL right now. And there's no argument. You go into the year knowing that Andy Reid is the greatest coach in the NFL. And then you're going to have to figure out who's second, third, fourth, and fifth. And I do like the fact that Mike Tomlin is up there, second best odds to get Coach of the Year because he's done an unbelievable job in Pittsburgh this year. I mean, they are a legit contender right now. But I am so happy to finally see people like respecting Andy Reid and for the second time in his career potentially getting Coach of the Year when he could literally win it every year. Like if he finally gets Coach of the Year this year, it means people are not taking Andy Reid for granted anymore.
It also means, because this is a continued text, our MVP leads the league in interceptions half the year, maybe MVP. I try to tell you guys this. Interceptions are irrelevant.
Yeah.
They don't matter anymore.
You came in here this morning and you went, how about golf? 5 interceptions. Nobody's a golfer anymore. I said, yeah, but they won. And you said interceptions didn't matter. You're like, yep, that's true. 5 interceptions for that dude last night. They won the game. Nobody
and they
cares.
Still won. Yeah, it
they
doesn't
don't
matter.
Care.
It just doesn't matter.
Blocked.
Yeah.
Also, he's the best quarterback in the fourth quarter. He has no interceptions, and he's been the best quarterback on third down. Like, not even close.
It's not even close.
His team's undefeated.
And his team's undefeated. Well, actually,
like there are other variables in football that make you a valuable player than throwing interceptions and touchdowns.
Right.
Like
also, he doesn't lead the league in interceptions anymore.
No, he doesn't.
And
is it Jordan Love?
Yeah, Jordan Love.
Jordan Love,
like
that's
3
his
games.
MVP, right?
And Patrick
What's my
Mahomes
MVP?
What's Patrick Mahomes have now? 12 and 9? Is that his touchdown interception
Yeah, I think
ratio?
so.
12 touchdowns, 9 interceptions.
Yeah.
Great. And when was the last time he threw an interception?
It's been 2 weeks now.
Okay, that's exactly right. It's been a while. It's like, you remember that song by Stained? It's been a while. Do you remember that one? It sucked, but I mean,
that's not my genre of music. You might as well start playing Look at This Photograph. And,
Look at this photograph.
That's a great one.
You know,
That's a great song,
come on,
man.
it's awesome.
It really is.
It's not. It's ass.
Bigger ass, the tackles or that song?
That song.
The tackles.
I'll take my chances with those tackles. I'd never take. I'll cut my damn
song.
I'll Van Gogh my damn ears if I hear that song.
Look at this photograph.
You can keep doing that. But is what'll happen to you. Yeah.
No, for me, it's the best regular season game I've ever been to, and I don't say that because I'm in the moment. I say it because yes, I'm in the moment, but also because of what it means and where we are and what we're doing and what we're living through right now. Right, we are living through every day and every game history and perfection and excitement and greatness and stuff we've never lived through before, and the opportunity to go undefeated and win a third straight Super Bowl. So for me, yeah, that was the best regular season game I've ever been part of. I mean, leaving the stadium, I mean, people were like, you felt like you were flying out of the stadium, right?
Yeah, and that's a little spoiled because you guys were there. I'm just saying, like, where's that game ranked for people? Like, just watching and indulging in that game. To me, it's the best game I've ever seen.
Oh, wow. Yeah, best.
In a regular,
again, taking the
season,
playoffs away. Yes,
in the regular season,
yeah, for me, it
the
is
way
too.
that game went, the way I felt from where I was to where I was like thinking, like I had a whole thought process in my head. Okay, if they lose this game, what's going to be the outcome on the air tomorrow? And then immediately it was Control, Shift, Delete. And I was like, okay,
done. Yeah.
Like it's over. Like I look at that and I'm like, because we're all there. Right, minute 33 on the clock. Chiefs are, no timeouts, can't stop the clock. They're in field goal range. Will Lutz, here we go, and then blocked. And it's just, it's insane because it's like, if that's any other team, it is celebrated. It is nice. Like they had before the end of the Fox game yesterday, I was watching because the Chiefs game was over there talking to Julian Edelman. She was like, what are your biggest takeaways? And he was like, how about New England? how about how about that New England Patriots team? They actually showing some life.
Right.
And she goes, no mention to the block of the field goal. He goes, those guys it's just insane what they do.
And that's how you know it's good because everybody is just SMH with this team, right? I mean, it's unbelievable how many people that have played, watched, coached, whatever, they just go, I don't know. They just have it. I mean, and that's what makes this a special season because you are getting plays like that. That's what makes the season even more special because we're going to talk about this game to the end of time, guys. Like, that was
You'll
wild.
always remember this game.
Yeah.
Fortunately for you and others, they were all there. You'll always remember where you were if you were there. I don't know where I was. I remember I lifted a dude, my size, and threw him back. Not in anger and just like pure blackout excitement. I'd already had probably 12 Busch lattes, but it wasn't because of that. It was because here I am sitting on the arm of my chair, and I don't get there very often.
Right.
And I'm sitting there going, all right. And then it's blocked, and it's just like, pew.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know what's going on right now. Somebody mentions the 4th and 9 play to Tyreek against the Ravens as a top game that they remember.
Yeah. Great game, great moment.
The Chargers game where Harlan goes, I'm calling both plays.
Yeah, that was fun.
They got that up there.
The Chargers walk-off Kelsey game is another one.
But this one with everything that was at stake yesterday. Because if they don't win that game yesterday, everybody in the national media is saying the Chiefs aren't that good. Because like I told you, they're waiting for that loss to break through the door like the Kool-Aid man to go, hey, and tell you that they're not that good. Like people are waiting and waiting and waiting for it, and they're not getting the opportunity to do so because the Chiefs are winning in all phases of the game. That tip of the cap to Dave Tobe yesterday as well because, hey, you designed that play. Tip of the cap to Leo Chenal for recognizing that this offensive lineman may be leaning back a little bit and they could bull rush this guy. Like everything that they recognized yesterday on special teams, that's why they're so good. Like people wonder why this team is good. Hall of Fame coach, Hall of Fame if they allow defensive coordinators into the Hall of Fame, and Hall of Fame special teams coach as well. Dave Tobe is fantastic at what he does. So, I mean, this is why the Chiefs are better than everybody else because when other teams are hiring losers, we're hiring Andy Reid. We're hiring adults. We're hiring veterans. We're bringing in the best of the best. Tip of the cap to Clark Hunt for doing all that as well, and his family. I am still so excited over this game. It's wild, man. It's wild.
We'll see if Derek Johnson has a voice on the other side on 96.5 The Fan. This is Fescoe, Dusty, and Mac. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan. You're home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your new home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you what else I'm really excited about is my friends over at Manning Roofing because they truly are an unbelievable company. When you deal with the employees at Manning Roofing, you're dealing with people that are happy and love working there. And when you love working there, you know what you're going to do? You're going to do great work. And the folks at Manning Roofing do amazing work. I can speak from firsthand knowledge because we needed a new roof a couple of years ago. So I called Manning Roofing and I said, hey, can you come out and check out our storm damage? And they did. And they were there within minutes and told us, yeah, your roof is damaged. You're probably going to need some new gutters as well. And I said, boy, who am I going to call for gutters? I don't know a gutter guy. And Manning Roofing's like, hey, we take care of all of that because we are a true general contractor. We do everything on the outside of your home. It's a one-stop shop. It's roofs, it's gutters, it's siding, it's windows, it's all of that. So you never have to worry about calling somebody else when you need a new roof put on your house because Manning will handle everything. And they understand insurance as well. They can help you with the insurance process. They've done thousands of jobs here in Kansas City, and they've never once been rejected by an insurance company. So even if you don't use Manning and you're having some issues with the insurance company, get in touch with Manning today. Set up your appointments at manninggc.com. That's manninggc.com. Or give them a call at 816-448-8208. Manning is my one-stop shop for roofs, gutters, siding, and windows. The choice is simple. It's Manning Roofing.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The official Eras Tour book coming to Target on November 29th, featuring over 500 photographs from the tour, including never-before-seen performance and behind-the-scenes images. And for the first time, the Tortured Poets Department, The Anthology, with 35 tracks on CD and vinyl.
Only at Target. Here's another great reason to use the United States Postal Service this season. Your boxes are wrapped and the gifts are in. Our employees are ready. Let the holiday ride begin. Let's start with the price. It's easy to manage when you ship with the reliable USPS Ground Advantage. In just a few days, it's sure to arrive. We're working nonstop to keep the spirit alive. USPS Ground Advantage, the affordable and reliable shipping solution for the holidays. Visit USPS.com/advantage.
I'm Jenna Fisher. And I'm Angela Kinsey. And together we have the podcast Office Ladies. Just because we finished rewatching The Office does not mean we're going anywhere. Every Wednesday, we'll be sharing even more exclusive stories from The Office and our friendship with brand new guests. Plus, you can revisit all the Office Ladies rewatch episodes every Monday with new bonus tidbits before every episode.
So follow and listen to Office Ladies on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Men, it's the holidays, a time of love and joy. But if you suffer from erectile dysfunction, the season can be tough on you. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if you and your partner are experiencing struggles because of ED, change it up this year. Give the best gift you can give to the one you love by treating your ED and restoring your relationship. At Heartland Men's Health, we're experts at treating ED. And as a Promenic restorative health practice, we've literally seen countless thousands of relationships renewed across the nation. Plus, with treatments having success rates well over 90%, coupled with many treatment options, we can likely find the right one for you. You may even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us and give your partner the best gift you can give this season. A renewed, restored relationship. Your first visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in our office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. Heartland Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side inbound I-29 from 435 into downtown is a 15-minute drive. 49 northbound, no delays from Belton to 470, and then 71 northbound moving well from the Grandview Triangle all the way into downtown. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Bloqueo! Blocked! Bloqueo!
The Denver call is just salty.
You've given us a new shiny toy, and we're going to play with it until the end of time.
I think everybody's good with that. Oh, my God. What a game.
Bloqueo! 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 Bloqueo!
Blocked.
Bloqueo!
The Denver guys. People tried to blame the refs after yesterday's game. Like, I mean, it was,
if you're on X and you blame the refs, you are no longer able to be on Twitter. You are now officially.
Yep, there you go. Blocking the refs yesterday. Oh, there's too many men on the line of scrimmage.
Patrick Mahomes is an MVP? If you don't, you are.
Blocked.
If you don't think Mac Morey has good-looking hair, you are.
Damn straight.
If you don't think Bob Fescoe had 9 cigs yesterday, you are.
You should have seen Mac in the parking lot
You should
yesterday.
see this guy's T-shirt. Good God.
Blocked.
Yeah, that's the best one.
It's just wonderful.
So butthurt.
I mean, the whole thing, man, the whole thing yesterday, just going from, oh, man, we may lose this game to holy cow, we won. Like, I didn't even see the celebration on the field. You were talking about it kind of going dark yesterday, after the kick went blocked. And that's kind of how I was, because I turned around and I'm hugging people I never met before who I didn't know. I don't even know where they came from. Like, I don't know who anybody was. Like, it was one of those type of moments when you're leaving, you're just hugging people and just like unbelievable. I have never walked out of a stadium in such excitement in the regular season like yesterday. Everybody's doing the chop down the spirals on the way out. Everybody's celebrating. Everybody's hugging. People are carrying each other. I mean, it was just nuts.
I feel like I was
inside
floating outside of the
you
stadium.
You really did yesterday,
It was
right?
crazy.
Like everybody felt like they were just lifted up and carried out yesterday. And boy, man, I tell you what. Just a day to remember and a moment to remember in a season to remember. And that's what I love about it is we're all living this together. We're all experiencing this together. And again, this is what sports is all about. Why we get up in the morning and say we love sports, right? Because of moments like that. There are some trying times, obviously. But for the most part, man, we wake up in the morning and we go, this is why I love sports. That's an I love sports moment on steroids from yesterday, but it reassures you as a 47-year-old man, I can still get like a kid when great things happen on the field, man.
I'm proud of you guys for just hanging with it. And Leo, I'll treat you to a cheeseburger.
Of course he will.
I love that for Leo Chenal.
Yeah.
Let's have an appreciation topic real quick before we get Derek Johnson, who will join us in about 3 minutes. That's a guy that was part of the revamped defense, right? And this is where I found this sort of sports irony for the Chiefs. The best pick in that draft class was Trent McDuffie.
Mm-hmm.
The worst defensive player yesterday was Trent McDuffie.
Yeah, he was bad yesterday,
Trent
right?
McDuffie's
Yeah.
kryptonite apparently is Cortland Sutton.
Yep. Ran
And
right
Leo
by him.
Chenal, in his draft class, his draft mate, was the biggest player on defense yesterday because of that play.
Yep.
Now, 27 had himself a day, too. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
27 had himself a day. But sometimes in this sport, and especially on this team, guys that seem to be all-world get picked up by somebody else who you might not think is going to have that moment. And Leo Chenal, in this game, helps everybody have the Men in Black mind eraser to Trent McDuffie. That was probably the worst I've seen Trent McDuffie play in his entire career. And I think he'd probably say the same thing, too. He's like, 14 cooked me today.
Yeah.
And we were all sitting there. We're all going, like, everybody watching the games, they're going, is that McDuffie getting beat? And it's like, yes, tough day.
Yeah.
But at the end, it didn't matter because you have George Karlaftis and Leo Chenal in your draft class. Karlaftis with a sack, I believe,
Huge
yesterday. Big
Yep.
sack,
Yep.
big play.
Yep.
And that's where it all starts to make sense when you think about this defense and you go back to a few years ago when they drafted Cook, McDuffie, Karlaftis, and Chenal all in that draft class. And Mitch Holtis alluded to it in our interview on Friday, where it's like those guys are a brotherhood because that was the sculpture, shift into what is going to be this defense of facelift. And those are the leaders of that defense. Like those guys with Chris Jones, is why this defense is great. And sometimes you're not going to have your best from your best, but you're going to get a big-time best play from somebody who can pick that guy up.
And that's why when you look at the way that Brett Veach has built this roster as well, too, you've got guys on the roster that can step it up. Like, you don't have to have your stars contribute every single day because there are going to be days, no matter how good you are, like Trent McDuffie, you have an off day. Somebody needs to step up, and they've got guys on the roster that can do that. I would imagine 90% of the NFL teams don't have a roster where guys can step up like Leo Chenal did yesterday, or 90% of these teams in the NFL have a day where their number one cornerback, all-world cornerback, gets beat. They don't win those football games, but this team does because they've got a roster from 1 to 53 that has guys on it that can play at this level and probably could start for a lot of other teams in the NFL.
It was a good weekend for Texas. It was a good weekend for the Kansas City Chiefs. It's now time to get to Derek Johnson.
He's the Chiefs' all-time leading tackler and 4-time Pro Bowler.
Derek Johnson picks it. He's up the right sideline, 30-yard line, 25, and down into Washington territory. Derek Johnson.
But to us, he's our forever linebacker.
I want to be battle tested. I want to go through some adversity. I want to go through some things where you say, "Oh man, we gotta figure this out."
Here's number 56, Derek Johnson, with Fescoe and Dusty on your new home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
That's right, 7:25 on a Monday, a Victory Red Monday once again. That's 9 straight for your boys here that we call Fescoe and Dusty. Derek Johnson joins us now, brought to you by Community America Credit Union. Community America Credit Union, member-owned, open to all, invested in you. Also brought to you by Sheet Metal Workers, local number 2. DJ, welcome to the show. I have to ask, have you ever blocked a field goal in your life?
I have only in college, but
how did it feel?
When you block a field goal, it means a lot. Everybody knows you go through you try not to go through the motions when it comes to field goal block during practice, because it's the same thing. You have maybe a little tweak here or there to see if you can get some pressure in there, but just blocking a field goal is just. It's not probable. It's just not going to, percentage-wise, it's not going to happen much. But it came at the right time yesterday.
So you would say it's kind of lucky to block a field goal?
Well, the word luck is in football. That's no such thing. It's more about just when your preparation meets opportunity. That's what luck is in football. So we always want to. Don't get me wrong. We call it maybe the ball bounces your way, but
so yes,
you could call it. You could call it what you want to, but we got it yesterday.
That's right.
Yeah, no doubt they got it yesterday, and a lot of it does go to Dave Tobe and Leo Chenal and recognizing that this guy couldn't stand upright, and so they were going to bull rush him and push him in the next week. But to have it all come together too. I mean, how many plays and things do you guys design every week that if everybody doesn't do what they're supposed to do, the play just doesn't work, and everything just came together on that play,
Yeah, that's a great point.
Thank you.
There's a lot of coaching and a lot of strategic planning throughout the week that people do not see, even players do not see. There's a lot of thought process that goes into every single play just to get the edge. And you just never know when that play is going to make the difference. And yesterday, Denver played good enough to win. They did play good enough to win, but we played better, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Derek Johnson with us here on 96.5 The Fan. That for me, leaving Arrowhead yesterday, DJ, that was the best feeling I've ever had leaving a regular season game. What was the best regular season game you were part of? Like maybe most memorable moment or biggest opportunity, however you want to phrase it. What was your best regular season game?
We had something kind of happen like that. I believe, we were playing against the Chargers. I don't know what year it was. It was in Andy Reid's era, I believe. But at the end of the game, I think Studebaker had jumped on the ball. It was some kind of fumble from the snap from Rivers, and I thought Rivers had it, and we came up with it. We needed it. It was just like, oh my goodness, what happened? When you have those, like, football is a hard sport. Like, it's very hard, especially when you're trying to execute and do things at a high level. And when you get a break maybe is not the right word, but when you get a something that really goes your way, man, it's a great feeling. So all those smiles, and shout out to Leo for being a guy that's just been working his tail off. I've been hearing a lot of things about him. He doesn't say much, but he's just a workaholic when it comes to the weight room, when it comes to, hey, coach wants me to play Sam backer. He wants me to play defensive end. He wants me to play linebacker in the middle of the field. It's just like, man, it's pretty cool when those guys get credit.
DJ, I'd like to know, because obviously in the film, how does that get broke down to the team when they go over that block play? Like, where do they give, where do they zone in on that? What's kind of the reaction after the reaction of the game?
Oh my goodness! What do you mean? You mean
so when they go through the film and look at it, like, and they dissect it and they explain, because obviously, like, everybody's on a high after it happens, like, oh my gosh, it's great, but like, how do they kind of like dissect that as a team? After it's happened, like, where does the credit go? Like, where do they give? Like, was it this sort of thing? And then, like, what's kind of the nuggets of all that, like, getting broke down by the coaches?
Yeah. So Leo's the guy, right? Leo's the hero at the end of the day, but there's a lot of detailed work going around him, meaning the push when it comes to the defensive line, when it comes to the end of the field goal block. Talking about like guys like Justin Reed coming off the edge. When you have good energy and you working really hard, I'm talking about the guys around Leo. Man, you'll be surprised how it connects the dots. Where you say, man, if you really slow it down, you say, man, Leo wouldn't have made this if this guy didn't have a great push right here, or Reed didn't get off the edge really, really fast, and they were worried about him, so they had more emphasis and a focus on trying to hit the outside arm, and Leo's up in the middle. So I mean, it's a definitely a team play or team victory, especially when somebody gets the credit in football. A lot of people are doing some good things around him, and I'm sure Leo will I guess say that throughout the week.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody's going to give everybody credit, and rightfully so, because that was a game where the offense just couldn't get going yesterday because of the position of tackle and other tackle and third tackle. We're not real good yesterday, so the defense obviously balled out yesterday to help bail out the offense in a game where they just couldn't get their footing. How concerned are you right now about the tackles for this organization?
I am a little concerned, just because, our guy is getting touched way too much, and part of it's the line, part of it, and part of it is Pat, I'm sure at times, dropping back too deep, and probably not dissecting the play as quickly as he usually does, but. Hats off to Denver. I mean, they did a good job. We haven't, offensively, we haven't been killing it this year, but we've been, pretty efficient and making plays when we need to. Yesterday, we were a couple plays short. We wasn't way off. We were a couple plays short, and we just kind of. Well, I mean, it's 14-3. I mean, and we still find a way to get back in the game. Defense plays lights out second half, and we find a way to get back on top. And Kelsey doing what he does. I love when he has a bunch of catches. But Kareem Hunt didn't have that many rushing yards. Wasn't that effective. But in the passing games, you go passing the ball. So I mean, we just find a way to get it done. It was an ugly win, but man, that W sure looks pretty.
What are you looking forward to this week coming up against the Bills?
Oh man, this is playoff football. This is kind of giving them a taste of what's coming down the barrel. Obviously, we won't be in Buffalo during the playoffs, but being able to show them and get the confidence saying, hey, it comes through Kansas City, and hopefully we can get a win there. That really hurts a team's confidence when you can go in there and beat them at their own house. It's going to be tough regardless. This is not a must-win for us, but it's one of these games where you want to look good. You want to beat this team because we're going to see this team. So you don't want to go down here and lay an egg, and which we won't. But you want to have a good showing because this game will be back at the end of the year.
And really for a perception standpoint, too, because as I've been saying for the last few weeks, the national media is just waiting for a loss so they can kick down the door like the Kool-Aid man and be like, I told you so, the Chiefs aren't that good. So if they go up to Buffalo and get this win and move to 10-0, I mean, how can anybody say anything negative about this organization right now?
Man, that's what I would think. I just think, when you're winning like we are, everybody's going to want to, take a poke at the bear. They want to they want to, because we're not perfect. We do have some holes here and there in our team, but we're winning. We're finding ways to win. I mean, when the offense isn't on, the defense is on. When the defense isn't on, the offense is more efficient than usual. Usual. And then, when we need a play from the field goal block, we get one. So I mean, it's the ultimate team game. I love what we're putting out there. We have so much confidence to be down 14-3 and still come back and do what we did. I'm not surprised, but I'm excited about where we at as an organization.
No doubt about it, DJ. Well, enjoy this one for about another 6 to 7 hours. You got to get gear up for Buffalo. We'll talk to you next Monday, and hopefully we're 10-0 and continuing to do this, my man.
No, yeah, take it easy.
You bet. Derek Johnson there, brought to you by Community America Credit Union. Community America Credit Union member owner, open to all, invested in you, and sheet metal workers, local number 2.
Yeah. Would you rather be a Jet or a Cowboy today? Neither, right?
Don't have to worry about it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, there's your boy right there.
Oh, look, there's Coach Rogers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He looks like Negan mixed with CM Punk. And if you don't get either one of those references, that's okay.
Is he going to retire? There's a $45 million cap hit for that cat.
I would love it if they benched him. Like, to me, that'd be hilarious.
That'd be
and then the team, you know how like
you think he'll bench himself?
It'd be funny. No,
I mean,
it'd be funny if
who's going to do it?
I think he'd bench himself. I think we're getting there, man.
He sucks.
He's terrible.
He sucks in so many different ways.
This team's terrible.
He sucks.
And he doesn't like football
He's ruined
anymore.
lives.
No, he didn't get the Jeopardy job.
No, he doesn't even like
football. He ruined Robert Saleh's life.
No, he didn't. He made Robert Saleh's life great.
He's
out of New York.
Well, there is that, but he did lose his job.
For
man,
now, but everybody, we were having this discussion yesterday with some buddies of mine. Everyone in the NFL knows it wasn't Saleh's fault.
Yeah, do you think Saleh gets another opportunity, though?
Yes.
Eventually.
You think so?
Not right away.
No,
but eventually.
Dan Quinn, he'll be the next Dan Quinn.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
That's good. That's a good comparison.
But this is what happens when you turn your franchise over to a player. Like this is what
happens when you turn your franchise over to a narcissistic douchebag.
Yeah, well, there is that. There is that. But I'm saying let's let the players have say. And there's a great tweet that I just saw
though, outside of the Jets.
That may be it. I mean, you could have said they
didn't
did
even let Montana have say when he was here in the 90s.
No, but you could have said he did that. Maybe Tom Brady a little bit, but he won you a Super Bowl, so nobody cares because he brought all his guys down there.
And it was still Belichick as the general manager.
No, I'm talking in Tampa.
Oh, yeah. But I mean,
because he brought his guys, and but you ended up winning a Super Bowl.
Bruce still had some cojones on that side.
He did. He
had that box over his shoulder, whatever it was.
Yeah, that fanny pack thing.
And then he had
that Kangol hat on.
And he had his.
Ready to punch you in the face.
Yeah.
You had Peyton maybe out in Denver a little bit, but again, you still won a Super Bowl. The Russell Wilson thing, I think, is another one that failed epically, and then so
that's a good one.
So sometimes you just because you're such a good quarterback doesn't mean you're good at anything else. I'm not turning my franchise over to a player and having no checks and balances in place, especially a narcissistic douchebag.
Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, he's 9th on this list that I'm about to talk to you about as quarterbacks with the highest winning percentage when trailing at the half since 2000. So for the last 24 years, this is the list of quarterbacks. I'm not going to give you all of them, but Tom Brady's number 2 on the list. He has got a winning percentage of about 42%.
Right.
When trailing in the second half since 2000. Patrick Mahomes has the lead in the clubhouse.
Yep.
He has a 61% chance at winning. Trailing in the second half. Tom Brady's number 2 at 42%, almost 22%. Patrick Mahomes is the reason why kids screw the curve in tests.
Yeah.
Because he's the one out here be like, I'm not going to get an A-. I'm going to get an A+. Everybody else, sorry.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, arguably the greatest quarterback of all time, and the times when it matters is 20% less than Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Played more games, more opportunities. We'll see that number kind of drop a little bit. Maybe,
but it says minimum of 50 games played. Look, this is why when people talk about, well, he's got 9 interceptions, and why should he be the MVP? Because he knows how to win when it matters most. That's what MVPs do. They know how to win in the toughest of situations. And as Dusty mentioned, the 33rd team put out there, the QBs with the highest winning percentage when trailing at the half since 2000, Patrick Mahomes has won 61% of those games. 61% of those games, and then it says massive gap to Tom Brady, and then Russell Wilson at 3%. 40%.
And not only that, to parlay that with another stat that's just outrageous, the same handle, the 33rd team.
Nobody won more than 50% of their games except for Patrick Mahomes.
That's what I'm saying.
42%
is Tom Brady in second. Patrick Mahomes also has the highest winning percentage in one-score games for any quarterback in NFL history at 70%.
And that's, again, why he's the MVP, because you win games late and you win games that are close.
Because you don't win those games if you don't have him
and
because
you
of
don't
his
have
value.
him. That's exactly right. You don't win those games. You're not winning second-half games. You're not winning fourth-quarter games.
Credit where credit's due. On the text line, another guy who is kind of like Aaron Rodgers when it comes to coaches and coaching the team, LeBron James.
That's a good one. Yeah, right, exactly. How's that working out in L.A. right now with
They're okay.
With his coach du jour?
Yeah, with JJ Redick. Yeah, I mean, Michael Jordan as a GM. Like,
Michael Jordan
didn't go great.
No, not so good.
Wasn't awesome.
But the Bulls didn't turn their team over to Michael Jordan. The Wizards may have.
Yeah. And then the Hornets
didn't work out for him.
So you said QB's when trailing with the highest winning when trailing at the half since 2000. So this is Patrick Mahomes. This is from a guy at the AP. Patrick Mahomes has a better win percentage in a game he's trailed by 10-plus points in a regular season or playoffs. 57.6% he's won those games when trailing by 10 or more points. He has a better win percentage than these QBs have in their entire careers when he's trailing 10-plus. Phillip Rivers, Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan, Eli Manning, Dan
And those
Fouts.
are guys not trailing. That's just in general.
That's in general. That's their win
yeah.
percentage. Mahomes has a better win percentage when trailing by 10-plus.
Tell me again why he's not the MVP, please.
come on, man.
Stop looking at stats.
He's simply too good.
Stop looking at stats and look at reality. When the chips are down, you don't want anybody else in the free world to be the quarterback of your football team or maybe even somebody on your baseball team than Patrick Mahomes. This guy knows how to win, and that is something that is not coachable, that is not teachable. He has the it factor, and that's why he's the MVP of this league, because he gets it done when it matters most. That's what an MVP is all about. Anybody can play good in the fourth quarter in September. Patrick Mahomes plays his best in the fourth quarter, late in games, when they're trailing and leads this team to wins. Find me another definition of an MVP. I'll wait.
Okay. You'll be waiting for a while.
I'll wait.
El Blaquero. I want to get a decal on my car, like the driving crooner, but to be like a Patrick Mahomes decal. So when people drive by, it's just like a headband and the hair.
You can get that. We have it on our front door.
Bloqueo! Bloqueo! You got to be right next to me. You got to be right next to me. Coming up on the other side, we have a discussion because there's things you love to see on a Sunday that don't just involve the Chiefs winning. We'll explain on the other side on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Got to figure out how to make money on this. I really want to.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your new home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're waking up with joint pain this morning, maybe because, you got arthritis or you hurt yourself on the golf course or whatever the case may be, does it hurt when you do the most routine physical activities? And if they told you it's time for knee or hip replacement surgery, stop what you're doing and listen. You deserve a life of comfort and ease with no surgery and no meds. And my friends over at QC Kinetics can get you there. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative cellular treatments for joint pain. This is an all-natural approach that harnesses your own body's healing properties to treat the root cause of your arthritic pain. And everybody's talking about this now. It's so cutting edge. The protocols developed by QC Kinetics are life-changing for so many people. Tens of thousands of satisfied patients with more every single day. And you can have real lasting relief from chronic joint pain without drugs, without surgery, and without downtime. Discover your options with advanced regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics. The consultation is free. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299.
When it comes to beef, nothing tops world-class highly marbled Wagyu. Booth Creek Wagyu's Overland Park Meat Market is ready to elevate your beef. Their farm-to-fork commitment brings this intensely rich and flavorful beef from the tall grass prairies north of Manhattan, Kansas, directly to your table. Stop into the store to see what our customers are calling the jewelry store of beef and taste the difference. Our in-store experts are sampling freshly seared Wagyu 7 days a week. Located in the shops at Deer Creek Woods at 135th and Metcalf.
Get a brand new home without moving with Thermo King windows? What is this sorcery? Is there a catch? Of course there is. You already know that Thermo King sells energy-efficient triple glass replacement windows that can save you money on your energy bills. But did you know they also install James Hardy siding and beautiful entry doors as well? So you can make that tired old exterior of your home look brand new with replacement windows, siding, and a new entryway door from Thermo King. Your home will look so good, it could attract tens of thousands of followers on its own Instagram and TikTok pages. Plus, Thermo King offers significant savings when you replace any 2 of these items. Replace all 3? Look out! Thermo King will practically be paying you by the time it's done. So why move? Get a brand new looking home with Thermo King. Call 888-KING-WIN or online at thermokingwindows.com.
Thermo King Windows.
MD Anderson Cancer Center is again ranked #1 in the nation for cancer care by U.S. News & World Report's Best Hospitals rankings. Our physicians treat more types of cancers in a day than many see in their whole career. This unmatched depth of expertise, combined with our groundbreaking discoveries, gives our patients access to the most innovative treatment options. Learn more at mdanderson.org.
After you use Bounce Dryer sheets and realize how fresh, soft, less wrinkled, and less staticky your laundry can be, you'll put a sheet on it every time. Like those socks that smell like they've been through a marathon. Put a sheet on it. Or that blanket that's got wrinkles on its wrinkles. Put a sheet on it. Maybe even your chatty coworker who keeps distracting you. Okay, Bounce Dryer sheets can't do it all. But for fresher, softer, better laundry, put a sheet on it with Bounce.
It takes a lot to prepare for game day as a dedicated fan, and preparing the perfect tailgate meal might be most important of all. That's why Hellmann's Real Mayonnaise is the MVP. Hellmann's Mayonnaise is the secret to bring out the rich and creamy taste to all your game day dishes, from buffalo chicken dip to your favorite sub sandwich and everything in between. So give it a try, and mayo game day be delicious with Hellmann's Real Mayonnaise. Shop at your local Walmart, Kroger, or grocery store, and add some extra deliciousness to your game day dishes this football season.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side 29 southbound slows at Wacomas and stays heavy down past the interchange with 169 highway. 71 northbound a bit sluggish from 87th up towards Gregory. Lee Summit, US 50 westbound slow rolling from Chipman up to 470. Allen Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Right back into it here on 96.5 The Fan. In case you missed the audio,
35-yard attempt, well within his range. 18 of 20 this season is left, so one of those misses a 60-yarder to end the half. 35-yard attempt from the far hash. Dixon, the punter, will hold. Raboni is the long snapper.
Who?
Lutz waiting for the snap. Placement is down. Lutz's kick is blocked! It's blocked! It's blocked! The Chiefs blocked the kick! They're going to stay undefeated! The Kansas City Chiefs blocked a 35-yard field goal attempt! Kansas City wins this game on a blocked field goal!
He sounded like Dennis Nedry from Jurassic Park when the little the Barbasol can opens with that high squeak laugh. Dane Hughes just losing his mind in the booth too.
It's funny because Steven in Iowa sent me a message last night. He goes, "There's a subtle laugh after Mitch says it's blocked, it's blocked." And if Matt can isolate it, I feel like it would be up there with where we going to park or Frank White math and stuff like that. I'm like that right there. That Dane laugh is just, I think, exactly how we were all feeling, right? Like, geez, I can't believe this again. Like, they just find ways to win, and that's what separates them from everybody else. Great teams find ways to win. They do the little things that equal big things, which convert into wins. Bad teams don't do that. Even good teams don't do that all the time. It's the great teams that know how to find ways to win. And the Chiefs did that again yesterday. I was just talking to one of the guys in our office that's a Bronco fan because he just moved in from Denver, right?
What do you mean our office?
Yeah, JR down here.
There's nobody here but us.
Yeah, the Bronco fan. And he goes, we're just never going to beat you guys. And I said, yeah, that's probably true. Like Denver just kind of resigned to the fact that you can try, but you're not going to find a way to beat this team.
Blocked. Before we get into what I want to talk about, which is who had, the worst weekend. Am I just new to this, or is this been the way it's always been? Like, that game was so exciting, and the Chiefs are 9-0, and there's literally people out there that are Chiefs fans that are just angry today. Like, am I new to this?
Say that again. I'm sorry, Mac was talking in my ear.
Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not angry. But and then you go and do that. Maybe they're not angry, but I get it. You're not going to please everybody, and I'm trying to be the best I can at being nice and doing nice things for people. But we're not the text from the 913. We're not having this conversation about Mahomes unless that field goal is blocked.
Oh, come on.
Also,
man.
the Chiefs winning was because of the defense. The defense had to get those stops yesterday when the offense was stagnant. He missed throws yesterday. He was not great.
See, this is why I gave up the text line for Lent.
And I understand that's why you gave it up. But I had no idea that there are really Chiefs fans out there like this. I want to take time because Fescoe says this all the time, and I'm not trying to turn into Bob, but for a second I'm going to. You are taking this way out of context because you're taking this for granted is what that texter is doing. The fact that you wake up on a morning after a game like that and to bitch and moan and complain because Patrick Mahomes didn't throw 34 for 39 for 355 and 5 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, have a rating of 158.3, you're upset. You just won a divisional game. You locked up your division. Yes, it's the defense's fault that they were winning yesterday because that's a good thing. Yes, it's okay if he doesn't throw for 900 yards. Guess what? Are you mad that Kareem Hunt didn't run for 40 yards or more because your bet didn't hit? How are people like this in the world of the Chiefs?
Yeah,
they are 9-0 and they're great.
Yeah, welcome to my world, man. And
this guy says my brother complained all night last night. Spoiled. You sound like spoiled ass kids that live in Leawood or Mission Hills because you didn't get VR for Christmas, but your daddy makes $6.5 million a year. Enjoy this. Have fun. I don't want to be this type of Dusty. I've done this 4 or 5 times in my life. You all with this negative mindset that keeps coming in. How can you have this conversation about Patrick Mahomes? How can you think that he was good yesterday? Because he won the damn game.
Yeah, they won him. But
in the fourth
I'm just going to tell you, stop reading the text line because
I'm not going to do that. That's your
Yeah.
life. You can live that life.
It's
I want to know things. Why are people like this?
I don't care why they're like that. They're quite frankly not people that I want to associate with after a big win yesterday.
That is insane to me.
If you walked
go be
away,
a Jets fan. Go be a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
Go call your buddy. I'll call my buddy Mike Price today, and I'll say, how you feel on this Sunday? He goes, dude, my team sucks. I hate it. I envy you. I have this envy for Chiefs fans. Yeah, you know what? I can tell my buddy Mike, who's a diehard Cowboys fan who refuses to lose his fandom. I'm like, boy, how about those Chiefs? He goes, man, you guys got something there. But I've got a guy on the text line today that's pissed because Mahomes didn't throw for 305 and have a rate. Come on.
Yeah, see that for me.
What are we doing?
I just don't need those folks in my life right now.
KC
I really
win.
don't. Yeah.
Mizzou won. KU beat a ranked opponent.
How about
Colorado won.
Yeah.
Unnecessary in this conversation. And the Chiefs won.
Yeah, I know. That's
and
why I don't read the text line. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah,
but
I know you're not going to do it. I get it, but I'm going to.
I know, but don't give them the time of day, though,
I am going to
Dusty,
give them the time because they're getting crushed by the true people.
I know,
here.
but we've got thousands of fans that walked out of that stadium on Cloud 9 yesterday that were hugging and celebrating and were so much fun. The people who are probably texting in sat in their basement yesterday, their parlay didn't hit or their fantasy team lost, and they don't have any friends.
We're not having this discussion today if that field goal is not blocked. Guess what? It was blocked.
It was blocked, though. You know what? And if I didn't
fun with it.
And if I didn't have I'd be an ant. Okay, so there's a lot of like what ifs out there, and again, like. I'm at a state in my life right now, and I'm gonna get real for a minute here.
You're not a real Chiefs fan if you're complaining today.
Look, I'm 47 years old, okay? I've seen a lot in sports. I've seen a lot in life. I told Mac a while back, there's not a lot of good surprises that you have in life. Most of the surprises that you get are bad or negative. There's a lot of negativity in the world today. And sports, especially in Kansas City at this point in time, is one of those things that is very joyful. And with the Royals doing what they did and the Current on the cusp of winning a championship and all the three locals having themselves a weekend and like Monday morning, man, and after that Chiefs game and you're not excited and you're not having a good time, I just don't have room for you in my life anymore. I don't have time for the negativity when we're sitting at 9-0. Life is too short to bitch and moan that Patrick Mahomes didn't do enough for you to cash in your parlay or for you to win your fantasy game or whatever the case may be. Stop getting down in the stats that don't matter and look at the stats that do matter and look at what does matter in life. Because for 3 hours yesterday, we watched a football team go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it looked like they may lose a football game, and they found a way to win it. And 76,000 fans erupted and celebrated and loved life and were hugging and we were kissing total strangers and we felt like we were being carried out of a stadium on Cloud 9. I got to be honest with you, I just don't have time in my life for negative people because they suck, and they suck the energy, they suck the brain cells, they suck the life, they suck the joy, and we're all battling stuff, whether it's whatever the case may be. Everybody knows what they're battling in life, and when you can have a football team that can win games and take your mind off of what's going on that's not right in the world or something that you don't like or you had a bad weekend at work, and you can watch this football team win a game and have the, like, I almost cried I can't tell you how many times yesterday because of how emotionally spent I was and excited I was after that game yesterday. Like, I wanted to cry multiple times yesterday. I'm hugging people I don't know. I had such a great day yesterday. The team won. The city's alive. This is a 9-0 football team. We're the best in the NFL.
But by God, could Patrick Mahomes play better?
Yeah, see, and that right there, like, I just don't have room for that in my life. I just don't.
I just, if that's your mindset today, go back and watch every game of the 2012 season, and let me know where you're at after that. Because I'll take 9-0. I'll take this team, and I know I wasn't supposed to get off the rails there, but it is what it is. I have to address that sort of stuff because I want to make sure that I'm not in the minority. I want to make sure that I'm okay.
I think a lot of times it's the vocal minority that we give so much attention to, and we just got to stop doing that.
And,
in everything.
I mean, somebody says, and I'll address this. I will. LOL. Dusty. You can't get upset because people are being realistic about Pat not playing. It's Patrick, by the way, not playing that well right now. It's okay, man. And also to say people aren't real Chiefs fans is a terrible look. Some of us have been fans longer than you've been alive.
Good for you. Nobody cares.
Let me be realistic for you. And I know I'm late and I'm going to get in trouble with my boss today during my meeting. I don't care. You're not understanding the big picture. Patrick Mahomes is 9-0. If you're upset, I mean, I can get the numbers out, man. I don't understand it.
It's not Pat, but this is a team game too. That's the other thing, and that's the beauty of it. If Patrick doesn't play his best, they find ways to win. If another team has a quarterback that doesn't play his best, the Jets, they don't find ways to win. The Dallas Cowboys.
He was 28 of 42, 266 a touchdown, 0 interceptions. He was sacked 4 effing times.
Yeah.
He had no time to throw the ball. He had a huge run that you're probably not giving him any credit for on one freaking ankle, by the way, is what he's playing on. And he had Oh, I'm sorry, 0 fumbles while getting sacked, and he still pulled a 92 rating out of his ass. So if you want to say that I'm not a fan because you've lived longer than me, I've got 2 birds for you, and you, my sir, are SAWFT soft.
Yeah, but again, I mean...
Don't tell me that you're old and I'm not a Chiefs fan. I lived in 2012. I watched Damon Heward, Brady Quinn, Brody Croyle. I watched all those guys my entire life. I've done that. I've been there.
And
I don't
hang on a
care
second.
what you have.
And if you're,
I'm enjoying this.
If you're gonna want like breaking down this like whole true Chiefs fan nonsense, which I think is a joke anyway. If you're sitting there and you're saying somebody's not a true Chiefs fan because you lived through it all, then you should really be enjoying these moments because you lived through crap, brother.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you lived through 50 years of SHI, fill in the last letter,
Correct.
right? Of an organization that couldn't get out of their own way. And if you live through all of that, God love you. You're old and appreciate you being on the earth for this long. If you lived through that, if you lived through the Frank Gans years, if you lived through from really the end of basically Hank Stram to the beginning of Marty Schottenheimer, and you lived through all of that, and then you lived through Gunther Cunningham, and you lived through Herm Edwards, and you lived through Todd Haley, that should give you even more of an appreciation for what's going on right now. And you should be wrapping your arms around it and loving it up instead of sitting there and figuring out ways that the world is ending when it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs. Because it's not just about one player. It's not about one position. It's not about one anything. It's about this entire team. And this entire team right now is the best in the NFL. So, again, I can't go down the negative route. I'm not going to let myself go down there.
We're done with
I've cleaned the text line out of my life because negative texts like that get to me.
All right.
And I'm 47 years old and my mental health is too important. And I don't care what you think about Patrick Mahomes not having a 158.3.
Let's go to break.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your new home for K-State Athletics. 96.5. The Fan.
I'll tell you what, we had some Smokehouse Barbecue over the weekend. Boy, did we indulge at Smokehouse Barbecue. On Saturday, I took our friend Ben Maller up to Smokehouse Barbecue, and boy, we had the barbecue pizza. We had the barbecue nachos with the crispy meat and the pulled pork on top, and then we had the game day package at the game on Sunday. That's a pound of burnt ends, a pound of wings, a slab of baby back ribs, a quart of beans, paperware, and serving utensils for $6, all for $79.95, man. It hit the spot. We were out in the parking lot yesterday getting the wings on, getting the ribs on, getting the burnt ends on, and the beans as well. The pan of beans was so big I felt like swimming in those beans, but I thought to myself, I'm not going to swim in the beans. People want to eat them because they're the best beans in Kansas City. That's the game day special at Smokehouse Barbecue, and we also got 4 other pounds of Cajun chicken wings as well. People love the Cajun butter chicken wings when it comes to Smokehouse Barbecue. So Thanksgiving time is right around the corner, right? We're getting closer to the big day. Here's what you're going to do for Thanksgiving. You're going to order your turkey at Smokehouse Barbecue. You'll pick it up the day before Thanksgiving. It'll be smoked to perfection. It'll be juicy and delicious. You can check out Smokehouse Barbecue at one of their 3 locations in Independence, Gladstone, and Zona Rosa, or at smokehousebbq.com. That's smokehousebbq.com. For over 35 years, locally owned and family operated, it's Smokehouse Barbecue.
We're hiring residential garage door installers at Overhead Door Company of Kansas City. Join the team trusted here since 1927. Apply today, get a call today. No experience necessary. Paid training for motivated applicants to install garage doors. Hiring bonus up to $2,500. Mechanical, carpentry, or service industry experience is a plus. Good benefits include health, dental, vision, and pension. Earn as you learn to service the best garage door customers in KC. Apply today at overheaddoorkc.com.
Our favorite reason to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler? Free service for life with no fine print. That's right. When you buy your engagement ring or any piece of jewelry at Diamonds Direct, you will never have to pay a dime in the future for sizing, cleaning, or routine maintenance. At Diamonds Direct, there's no gotcha clause, no fine print, no looking for ways to void the warranty. Diamonds Direct, the jeweler you can trust with a no questions asked 100% free lifetime warranty with no strings attached. Come see us to learn more.
Reason number 52 to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler. Only Diamonds Direct gives you a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. Diamonds Direct will give you 110% of your original purchase price toward the new stone. That's 10% more than you paid the first time. Guaranteed appreciation. Who else does this? There's no fine print and no minimum purchase requirement. It's 10% more, period. Buy with confidence. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Hey, it's Cody and Gold, and for those of you who've been listening to the show for a while, you know all about our friends over at Centric and how you can find a brand new career in as little as 4 months. But did you also know that you can work with your current schedule with some of their flex options for learning online or in person?
Maybe you're just getting out of high school and want to start that career now and that career path now, or you're looking for that change with better advancement, better pay. Centric can do those things for you.
They have plenty of funding options like the GI Bill. You just got to go talk to our friend Russ at Centric.com. That's CENTRIQ.com.
Chiefs coverage brought to you by Andy's Frozen Custard. Visit eatandys.com to find the location nearest you. Top your day with a smile.
Let me tell you about my good friend Andy from Andy's Frozen Custard. He's from Kansas City, never misses a game, and serves the world's finest frozen custard. Tailgate with a pick six, or grab a freshly made custom treat before or after a game. And tell him Mitch and Andy sent you.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Metro Ford, online at kcmetroford.com. On the Missouri side, 70 westbound, pretty heavy as you head into downtown. You hit delays past Truman, and it just crawls over into the downtown loop. At Metro Ford, family-owned and operated means the same trusted faces every visit. Just 10 minutes from downtown. Plus, get peace of mind with our 5-year, 200,000-mile pre-owned warranty, including roadside assistance and emergency trip interruption. Only at Metro Ford, online at kcmetroford.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
You're listening to the all-new 96.5 The Fan, your new home for Chiefs football. KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Welcome back into Fescoe and Dusty here on 96.5 The Fan. Gorgeous day, blue sky, perfect sun, good air, good day to play golf, good day to see how wrong we got it into the script. Not a whole lot of time because I was letting negativity affect my positivity. That will no longer happen the rest of the week. I promise you that. Damn glad to have you all listening. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. We're going to go into a positive direction. This is where we get self-deprecating. I feel like I was really wrong this week on the script. Go ahead, Mac, and let me see where I got it wrong, baby.
Games. I know we're... Whoa,
That sounds
there
like
you
Bob.
go. That sounded like me a little bit, but we'll
Either
recap
way.
the script. All brought to you by our good friends over at Foaling. You can check them out at 435 and State Line. Book your lane at foalingkc.com. This game's going to be close for the first half, okay? It's going to be one of those games where standing in the concourses at halftime, commiserating, going, I don't know what's going on here. You know, one of those type of games. I know we're going to have those moments around halftime in this game against the Denver Broncos. Fans will be nervous because the Chiefs will only be up by a small margin at halftime, whether that be 3 or 4 points. Then Patrick Mahomes will take over. We'll see DeAndre Hopkins build on his game from last week. He goes 7 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown. Worthy shows up big this weekend. We're going to see that jet sweep. We're going to get him involved early in the offense because they want to rebuild his confidence. Let everybody know that they didn't lose confidence in him, even though he didn't know where the sidelines were last week and had a really bad game last week. This is the game they rebuild his confidence. We're going to see him get that jet sweep, maybe a handoff. They're going to utilize his speed, let him realize some success. That's why Andy Reid is the best in the business, because when somebody's feeling down, he knows how to prop them back up. So we'll get that early jet sweep, gain some momentum, gain some confidence. He'll come up with a big 40-plus yard catch as well on Sunday. Kareem Hunt, still the workhorse in this offense. He'll score you a red zone touchdown. Kelsey continues his hot streak. 6 catches, 75 yards, and a touchdown. Chiefs pull away in the second half. They'll win this thing somewhere 28-10.
These games are always kind of ugly to start, as Bob mentioned. It's messy. It's gross at the beginning. I predict the Broncos, as we see the Chiefs sometimes do, let up an early lead, right? Spags kind of figuring things out at first. Bo Nix really excited. He mentioned he's really excited to play at Arrowhead. We'll see how long that lasts. They get an early lead. It's off, something stupid, though. It's a great return. It's a blown coverage. It's a missed tackle from the Chiefs that we saw last night in that Ravens game where it's an 82-yard touchdown just because he didn't tackle him and get him out of bounds. And after that, the Chiefs will settle in. And then I kind of expect just dominance and control the rest of the way. This will be the first game Kareem's been back that he won't score a touchdown for the Chiefs. He'll have a lot of yards, but he won't get in the end zone this time. It'll actually be Carson Steele. This week he'll get in the end zone on a short 1-yard fullback dive of some sort. Kelsey will get in the end zone, and Xavier Worthy will also get pay dirt, kind of like what Bob was saying. Andy Reid, you have a bad week, he's going to force feed you that ball. He's going to make you feel confident again. And then Josh Uche, the newcomer on the defensive side, he's going to get his first sack as a Kansas City Chief.
I like that play.
Yeah, 24-10 for the Chiefs.
It looked like.
Yeah, I don't even
First
really
off, I want to
remember seeing
start
him.
my script with, and most importantly, a warm welcome to Bo Nix, who's excited to play at Arrowhead.
He played good, didn't he?
But will also be excited to exit Arrowhead as well after this game.
That was fun for the first 10 minutes.
See ya.
Yep. Be careful what you wish for would be my message to Bo Nix. I will say this, last week versus a bad defense in Baltimore, they were aggressive. This week, Denver will be conservative. That will get him beat and beat bad. Chris Jones, big game. 2 sacks. Justin Reed, hard-hitting vet, once again making his presence known on the field. Trent McDuffie will still not have an interception, but he will have a play that we will be talking about on Monday.
Yes,
I don't know
are.
what that play is, but it'll be something as the fact that Bob Fescoe will look at me in the face and say, boy, Trent McDuffie made another one of those Trent McDuffie plays. I think the other thing that will keep continuing to happen is Mahomes and the 2024 trio will continue to ride that kingdom wave. Kareem Hunt, Travis Kelce, DeAndre Hopkins. That will lead the way on the offensive side. And 2 of those 3 will score. Chiefs will win. The score will be 31-13, and they will clinch the AFC West, as it will then be on to Buffalo, where they will try to clinch the AFC's number 1 seed. That is my script.
Nobody had Najee Johnson for the star of the game, did they? How good was he yesterday? A 17-yard sack by Najee Johnson. That guy was all over the place yesterday. I don't know. Did we do good or bad on that?
Bad.
Hey, we said they win. They won.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We were wrong on Bo Nix. He was good yesterday, right?
He was really good.
Yeah. Bo Nix was really good.
You know what,
yesterday.
though? It feels good to be wrong.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I have no problem being wrong. But Najee Johnson, can we give him a few roses today? Man, my God,
Jamari
Najee Johnson,
I thought was okay yesterday.
He was good. Nick Bolton was good again yesterday. But Najee Johnson finishes with 10 tackles, 1 sack, a tackle for loss, quarterback hit. Every time I looked, he was on one side of the field, then he's on the other side of the field. That dude was all over yesterday. I thought he grew big yesterday in that game and played well when they were clearly targeting Trent McDuffie yesterday, maybe for the first time. But Trent, good learning moment for Trent McDuffie. Obviously, he's going to learn more from that game than he is from going out there and not getting any, balls thrown in his general direction. So I think, a good learning moment for him. He still finished 3rd on the team with 6 tackles yesterday because they were targeting him. But Najee Johnson was fantastic yesterday. Nick Bolton with a big sack yesterday as well. Those 2 sacks that they had yesterday, combining for over 30 yards in sacks. Jeez. I mean, those are game-changing type plays. And that's why when you look at this team, if somebody doesn't play well, somebody else does. And if you would have told me Trent McDuffie was going to have a bad game yesterday, I said, boy, it's going to be a close one. Najee Johnson, though, that guy stepped up. Nobody had that on their bingo card. And again, that's what goes back to why this team is so much better than everybody else's team, because they have guys like Najee Johnson on their squad that step up and play big when you need them to step up and play big.
I've got a comparison I want to get back to on the other side about baseball and football and this Chiefs record and what it means moving forward here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Fescoe and Dusty.
I can feel it all the way down in my plums.
On Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you what, my friends over at QC Kinetics are going to make you feel better. If you've got that arthritis pain, it's time to call QC Kinetics. Does it hurt when you do even the most routine physical activity? Are you putting off playing golf or maybe even climbing the stairs to go to bed at night because you have pain in your knees or your back or your shoulder or your elbow? Stop what you're doing and listen. You deserve a life of comfort and ease with no surgery and no meds, and QC Kinetics can get you there. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative cellular treatments for joint pain. It's an all-natural approach that harnesses your own body's healing properties to treat the root cause of your arthritis pain, and everybody's talking about it because it is so cutting edge. The protocols developed by QC Kinetics are life-changing for so many people. Tens of thousands of satisfied patients with more every single day, and you can have real lasting relief from chronic joint pain without drugs, without surgery, without downtime. So discover your options with advanced regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics. The consultation is absolutely free. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299.
Are you in need of top-quality metal for your next project? Look no further than Metal by the Foot. Whether you're a DIY enthusiast, contractor, or business owner, Metal by the Foot has the perfect solution for you. Steel, aluminum, brass, and stainless. The Foot. Blue Demon Welding Supplies, filler rods and wire. The Foot. Bronius Professional Welding Equipment, service and repairs. The Foot. Located in KC and Topeka. Online at metalbythefoot.com. When you need a piece of metal, remember, metal doesn't have to cost an arm or a leg, just the foot.
When you're hiring for your business, ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology makes finding qualified candidates for your job easy. This made us wonder, what if the rest of the world was as easy as ZipRecruiter? Math problems wouldn't be so problematic.
K equals 42.
Escape rooms? Elementary. And summiting Everest would be a walk in the park. In the meantime, if you want to make your hiring easier, use ZipRecruiter. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Simple. So, see what the world is like when ZipRecruiter does the hard work of hiring for you. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
At the UPS Store, we know being a small business owner means holiday time is still go time. Still get those orders shipped time. And still re-up on stamps and supplies time. That's why this upcoming holiday, while others close up shop, we'll be open. And happy to help you keep being unstoppable. Come into your local store today. Most locations are independently owned. Product services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable.
Welcome to Staples.
Help! My family's in for the holidays and I need gift ideas.
That's why we're here. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need. Photo gifts, laptops, and gaming systems. Even custom holiday cards and shipping solutions to send gifts to the family that can't make it.
Perfect! Have anything for Uncle Frank? I love him, but the guy is never quiet.
Noise-canceling headphones. For you.
You get it.
Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples. And right now at Staples, save up to $350 on select computers. Ends 11/16, in-store only.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Grandview Triangle, things move pretty well, and then 435 westbound is moving well until you get out before Holmes, and then it's a little sluggish to the state line. There's a problem past Holmes with an accident in the acceleration lane that's adding to a slow go this morning. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
What a great song. Good voice, good band, great band. Great day. It's a beautiful Monday in the neighborhood. Dusty Wagons with you, Bob Fescoe with you as well. Mac Morey playing all these great songs here on 96.5 The
Just
Fan.
for you, bro.
That's right. You're home for Kansas City Sports. Chiefs 9-0. They win yesterday 14-16, 16-14. I guess you can give a reverse score every once in a while as they power through. Yesterday's game gave me a little bit of a baseball sort of reference. The Chiefs improved to 9-0. The Chiefs have been a team this year that have shown dominance in ways that maybe you haven't seen it before. And yesterday's game reminded me of kind of a perfect game in baseball. We found out earlier that it's only happened 24 times in its history.
Should have been a 25th, but Jim Joyce made the wrong call.
Yeah, it was Jim Joyce.
Yeah, I feel bad for that guy. Like, of all people in the world to feel bad for like him, like he's so just despondent still, I think.
Yeah. And there's only been 2 perfect regular seasons in football. Football obviously hasn't been around as long. I don't know. I hope this isn't
105 years football's been around.
How
now.
long is baseball? Longer,
It's like
at least?
starting in the 1880s.
Okay,
or
so at least
maybe
it's a
even
little
before
bit
that.
longer.
Yeah.
But when you watch a perfect game or you go back and you remember perfect games, there always seems to be a couple of plays that kind of give you the, well, if this like outlier of a play doesn't happen, then the perfect game doesn't happen. And the one I remember is Mark Burley. And thanks to the text line earlier, Wise was the guy's name in center field for Chicago. He made this athletic, acrobatic play to save Burley's perfect game. There was also a couple of other plays in that game that I remember that were made. Burley made one himself, and then there was, I think, a play at shortstop. And you think about that, and you're like, yeah, he got 27 outs straight through it. And what's funny is that you go back after you realize, like, oh my gosh, this guy just threw a perfect game. You go back and you think to yourself, but to be fair, there was a couple of plays that elevated that to happen. And that's what this Chiefs season kind of reminds me of, because you look at the way this season has gone, and if they are chasing perfection, which is what they're doing, because now they only have 7 games left, 2 of which might be tough. Buffalo's going to be a tough one this week. And I think Pittsburgh's probably tough or more tough than that Houston game is. But you go back and you look at this game. They win the first week by a toe. They win the week 2 game against Cincinnati by 1 point, and Jamar Chase has a, kind of a tipper tantrum or a Dusty Likens moment. And then, that game yesterday, Leo Chenal blocks a field goal, which he's done before, and he executed it well. But it's little things like that. If the Chiefs do end up going 17-0 in the regular season, that you will go back and be like, yes, it was great. But to take the subtext of it as well, you look at it and you think to yourself, man, you remember that way the Baltimore game finished, from the jump? We should have known. Maybe that was foreshadowing the entire time that this season was going to come down to, little things like this. And watching that game yesterday gave me more and more, because as we get longer and longer into this season and more wins keep coming, you get more and more to the belief that, holy cow, these guys might actually do this.
Well, no matter how good you are, you need a little bit of luck on your side as well. And plays that happened like that yesterday, they can sit there and tell you they designed it all, but the odds of blocking a kick are very slim, in the NFL, and especially at that point in time, lining up for like a 25-yard field goal, an extra point basically distance for a game winner. It just doesn't happen in this league. So you have to rely every once in a while on a little bit of luck. It happens. Even the best teams will tell you, yeah, we had a little bit of luck along the way. The ball bounced the right direction, or, somebody made a play that we didn't expect them to make. And that was that play yesterday by Leo Chenal. It happens all the time during special seasons. Go back and look at any, Royal season, 14, 15, this year as well. There's moments in those seasons where you look at it and you go, damn, that just tells you this is going to be a special season, whether it's a, Bobby's big performance against Seattle, MJ hitting a home run against the Tigers in August that, at the time you're looking at, does that game matter? That game mattered. It was a huge win, for the Royals and whatnot. It springboards you. It gives you that juice. It gives you that energy that you need to kind of keep moving forward. That win yesterday, man, if that team had lost the game, I'm sure they'd be depressed today. Their heads are hanging. All right, we got to get ready for Buffalo. Man, I can't believe we lost that game. And then they find a way to win that game, and that gives you the energy. But every team will tell you in professional sports, the best team on the field that day doesn't always win. The team that plays the best at the end or makes the plays at the end or gets the ball to bounce their way. And you don't ever apologize for luck. You don't apologize for having the ball go your way, because a lot of times, too, when you're a good team, you do create a lot of your own luck. And that's because of the coaching. The Chiefs are just so much better than everybody else at all of the most important spots on the field. GM, coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, quarterback, leadership, all of that stuff. They're just better than you, and they find ways to win. And when you're a winning team, that's what you do. You find ways to win. When you're a losing team, you find ways to lose those type of games yesterday, like the Denver Broncos did. Not that they're a quote-unquote losing team, because they're much better than I thought they would be, but look, the Chiefs are the greatest team in the NFL. They may go down as the greatest team in the history of this league, and they're going to pick up a couple of things along the way that you look at, maybe a little bit of luck along the way help them to that. And that's fine. That's what happens. Yeah, that's life.
Sometimes we have a saying, it's better to be lucky than good.
Absolutely. And people will tell you that in life. Be at the right place at the right time, or it's not what you know, it's who you know, or you just happen to be, half of life is showing up, and, all that kind of stuff. All those cliches are true, and they matter, and it means something. And with this organization right now, they played their tail off. They're getting everybody's best effort every single night, and they're sitting at 9-0. And yeah, they had to use the block field goal yesterday to get it done. Who cares? They did. Don't apologize for your wins. You go out there, you celebrate them like everybody did last night. And, still this morning, I think everybody's still, for the most part, on cloud 9. And now we get ready for Buffalo beginning later on today.
Interesting question here, I think. What do you think a win like that does to a team? I know they're 9-0. They don't really need, because you get the reference in baseball all the time where they're like, yeah, this team needs like a walk-off home run or like a big sort of offensive explosion. Do you think something like that, where you win by the skin of your teeth on a blocked field goal with 1 second left, where the probability of a win is 1%, do you think that does something that's not necessarily awaking a sleeping giant, but is it more so like does that give them more oomph to keep going?
I think it gives you more oomph to keep going. Yeah, I do.
I'm not saying that they're going to stop or get. I'm wondering what a win like that does to a team that's undefeated.
No, I think you look at that win yesterday and you go, okay, we got that win. Okay, now let's think about how we can make it easier on ourselves, right? What do we need to do to get better? You learn more from your struggles. You learn more from your failures than you will ever learn from your wins. And that's why, when people want the 41-14 game, that feels good for us as fans. That doesn't do anything for the team. They don't gain anything out of that. But you know what they're going to gain out of yesterday? All right, we found a way to win, guys. We know how to win games, but let's try to make this easier on ourselves. Let's look at our tackles. Let's look at Trent McDuffie, who had a bad game yesterday, and coach him up a little bit. He's going to be better for his, performance yesterday. So I think you can take a lot out of that game yesterday, and Andy Reid can still go in there and be the coach and I told you so, you got to start doing this, even though we got to win. But I'm still telling you, man, it's going to be a lot easier if you do this and you do that, you do the other thing, and we get better play, from our offensive line. It'll give the quarterback some more opportunity to get out there and make some plays and do all that kind of stuff. I think you can learn a lot from a game like it was yesterday. And just look at the reaction on the sidelines. Nobody thought they were going to win that game. Did you guys see Andy Reid's reaction on the sideline to that yesterday? Nobody thought they were going to win that game. The odds were so stacked against them. That's why we're in the midst of a special season, because when the odds are so stacked against you and you still find a way to win, I know we keep using the term lucky, but it's lucky plus good plus being prepared. And that's where this team is right now. At times they are lucky, which every team is. They're good, and they're well prepared. And if they weren't well prepared for that moment yesterday, if Leo Chenal didn't recognize that guy was a teetotaler or whatever you want to call him on the backs of his heels, and they could bull rush right through him, they don't get that play done. They've got smart players. They've got smart coaches. They've got good players. They've got good coaches. They know how to be put in position to win. They know how to execute and take advantage for it. And I think that win yesterday, man, I saw the guys, because I didn't look at the field after the kick was blocked. I was hugging total strangers, right? And going back and watching the video, everybody's at the far end of the field running around they had the same type of emotion that we had yesterday. And that carried me all through the night. It's carried me all through the morning. It's probably going to carry me all through the day. But then eventually you got to get back and refocused on what the task at hand is. And it's a big week now against Buffalo.
Well, and something else that this team has that no one else has. Yeah, sure, it's the Andy Reid, it's the Mahomes. The stuff on the field, the X's and O's is all there. We see it every week. But they have a belief within themselves that other teams just can't have. Other teams haven't won back-to-back Super Bowls. Other teams aren't 9-0 and haven't found every way to win, whether it's a deep ball, whether it's scoring 30, whether it's, eking out a win with defense, whatever it is. This team has an innate belief now and even before this season that no other team's going to be able to catch up to. That's going to take years of success and a culture that's been built over time that the Chiefs just are running away with, and that shows every Sunday.
Yeah, you're right about that. The culture is huge right now, and they do believe that they're going to win. But that's how I am. I go back to the 13-second game, and they're down, and my wife's on the floor crying that they're going to lose this game, and I'm sitting on the ottoman, and I'm going, we're fine. They've created this belief in me, almost a 50-year-old man. Yeah. I'll be 48 in April, right? You're not supposed to change your ways when you get to be old. But this team, I just have this innate belief that they are going to win every single game, no matter how much time is left on the clock or where they are on the field or who has the ball. You just believe that they're going to win. And when you believe that you can do something, man, that mind's a powerful thing. The positive thinking, man, you got to have it. And if you have that power of positive thinking and you believe that you can get it done, chances are you are going to get it done. If you don't believe that you're going to get it done, you're screwed.
Speaking of belief, I think I finally get it when it comes to division games. So the Chiefs have played everybody in their division this year, and they've won by a combined total of 16 points.
Wow.
Now, I know the Chiefs aren't blowing people out, and there's other games that they've only won by 1 or whatever, but
I think they have the lowest scoring differential in the history of teams starting 9-0 or something like that in NFL history.
Plus 58 or something,
And
plus what?
I think it was 58.
let that sit there for a second.
I know.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
And you look at these games against the divisional opponents, 17-10 against the Chargers, 27-20 against the Raiders, a bit skewed.
Yeah, a bit skewed. Yeah.
And then that game comes down to a blocked field goal to win by 2. I think also in this game where we kind of, not to like debunk your theory, because I'm the same way. Like I used to tell my dad all the time, like, do you know who's quarterback?
Yeah.
Like, do you know who's quarterback? Also foreshadowing to what this game was going to be, because I was talking to your wife Saturday at the Landing, and I was like, so, tomorrow when you go to the game, like, how's that? You guys won't leave early. She goes, we don't leave games early anymore.
Yeah.
She goes, I had to leave the wild card game early because my kids were young. We had to get home.
They
That
were
was 10
3
years.
and 4.
She said 5 and 4, I think. Yeah, or 3 and 4. Yeah, whatever. It was.
Yeah.
And she's like, from this point on, Bob and I won't leave early. And then that game happens, and I'm like, no way you leave early.
So it goes back, though, to me being a kid, and my dad would always want to leave a game early, and I would say, I'm not leaving early. And we were at a game at Yankee Stadium, I don't know, in the 80s or whatever. And I said, they were losing. I said, I'm not leaving early. And some random guy behind me goes, I'll take your kid home if you want to leave early. And they ended up winning in the 10th inning on a walk-off home run and whatnot, right? And I'm like, see, this is why we don't leave games early. And that's just something that now if it's 42-10 and there's 2 minutes left, that's a different conversation. And Damon Heward is your quarterback. Feel free to get up and go. Yeah. I saw people walking out yesterday, and I'm thinking to myself, where are you going? Like, how do you not stay and watch the end of this game? It was probably the same people in sockless loafers and khakis that were tailgating yesterday, as well, that are just there to be seen, and whatever the case may be.
It's a great look.
It really is. I hope somebody puked in your loafers, though. To be honest with you.
Like a white, nice cotton polo with some khaki pants.
Hey, how you doing? I've got myself one of these guys, right? And I'm like, okay. But people were walking out of that game early yesterday. I'm thinking to myself, boy, you just haven't seen this team.
Right.
And it wasn't a lot, but it was enough.
Can I ask you when?
When what?
When they started walking out. Was it when they got the first down with like a minute 30 left and the Chiefs didn't have any timeouts?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Here's where I'm not playing devil's advocate. I guess I am. So the Chiefs are never out of it. But this was the first time, and I don't know how long I can remember, where it wasn't in Mahomes' hands. Like Denver did the exact thing that every team has tried to do for years, where it's like there literally was I'm watching the game, and like you said, people started walking out. There's nothing Mahomes can do at that point. That's the scariest point. Now, the thing that I think that fans saw is they're like, well, I'd stick around if, Denver was going to kick this field goal and there's a minute 10 left and they're going to kick it to Patrick Mahomes, because I know that game's not over.
Right.
But this was one of those situations where, the Chiefs called all their timeouts. They banked on stopping Denver. They did not stop Denver. Denver had a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. It was inevitably blocked. But I feel that's where the line in the sand is drawn, because this wasn't a moment where it was like, well, the Royals are up in the bottom of the ninth. This was one of those things where it's like, yeah, there's 2 outs, Rivera's on, and the guy hitting is a 114 hitter. Right. I know the game's over. Whereas, yeah, you still left. It's on you. You have to own that forever. I left the opening day game when Carlos Beltran hit a walk-off home run.
That was a great game,
off Octavio Hotel. I heard fireworks go off, and my dad and I literally called each other on the way home on I-70. I said, we're never leaving a game early again.
Yeah.
The thing about that game yesterday, though, that was the first time, at least I can remember, guys, where Mahomes didn't necessarily have the option to bring this team back on his own.
Yeah, you're right about that. But you know what? He did have a defense that's one of the top in the league right now. And they go out there and make plays. And I heard a story yesterday, and I don't know if it was on the post-game show with Danon and Josh and Mitch and Art and all those guys, or if I heard it on Football Night in America. I was a little drunk after the game yesterday. First time in a while. I got kind of, a little into the booze on a Sunday because I was so happy and it was just celebratory. So I don't remember where I heard it, but somebody said that the defense actually said, let's let them go down the field and score and get the ball back for Mahomes. And Steve Spagnuolo says, over my dead body, we're going to go out there and we're going to get an effing stop. And what did they do? They went out there and they got an effing, I'm getting giddy about it again. If you don't get goosebumps and the hair's not standing up on your arms after hearing that. And Spag said, no, we're not doing that. We're going down there and we're going to park a car and we're going to kick the crap out of the quarterback and we're going to make a stop. And that's what they did. And it's such a storybook fairy tale life that we're living right now. And I don't want this to end. I don't want this to end. And I'm going to enjoy every moment of it and love it up and have that feeling that I had yesterday, man. Like, that's a very rare feeling walking out of a stadium.
Oh, it's crazy.
Just feel like, and Mac, you were there as well yesterday.
Was everybody doing the chop on the way to the car?
God,
yeah.
Yes, we were. It should be.
So what's your 3-leg parlay after every big win at Arrowhead? It's like the tomahawk chop's getting made.
Yeah.
Somebody's
banging on the things on the spiral.
Banging on the thing.
There's definitely somebody close to you banging a cig of nerves.
No question.
Just nerves.
Yep.
Bob probably could have had one yesterday. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean,
and then
I lost my voice for the first time since I can't remember.
Oh, that's great.
I mean, I feel so happy and so full of joy this morning. And it's great, man, because like I said, we're all going through crap, man. Life isn't great. Nobody likes everything that you have to deal with every day. And to have that 3-hour period where it's just total joy and total fun, and then to walk out of the game and to have it continue on the ride home, and nobody wants to turn the radio off because we're listening to all the post-game stuff. We can't get enough of what's taking place out there yesterday. Like, that's why we love sports. That's why it's so awesome. And that's why, like, when people are negative after a win, I can't live in that world. And I won't live in that world. And I'm just going to be excited and love everything up because, man, that was a wild one. And I'm sure if you got these guys, with some truth serum in them and started talking about that game yesterday, they'd be like, I didn't think we'd win this thing. There's no chance I thought we'd win this thing. And they did. And they found a way to win. And now they're like, we can kick everybody's ass. We're going 17-0.
Here's Nicole Hardman after the game.
No, actually, I was talking to D-Hop, and he was like, man, this game over. I'm like, nah, it ain't. I said, I've seen some crazier things. I'm like, so we just got to just see what happens. And obviously the block happened.
Now DeAndre Hopkins is forever a believer. Like, listen to that again.
No, actually, I was talking to D-Hop, and he was like, man, this game over. I'm like, nah, it ain't. I said, I've seen some crazier things. I'm like, so we just got to just see what happens. And obviously the block happened.
I mean, the 13-second game, the blocked extra point in the Super Bowl, this one,
down
just
24,
the wasp down. Like, the stuff that this team has overcome, there's enough of a body of work that should tell you now, regardless whether Mahomes or whoever has the ball, there's an opportunity to win these games. And if you left yesterday because you thought the defense couldn't get the job done, then you really haven't been watching this year. Because you know who's made the plays when they've needed to make the plays? The defense. The defense has made the plays when they need to make the plays. Butker put everybody in an enviable position. What was that kickoff, by the way? Like, what the hell was that?
Is that one of those, like, I got cute moments? Or, I mean, because I can't understand it.
I don't know. Bob and I talked about the kickoffs last week. How, hey, why aren't we kicking it out?
Just kick it out in the end zone.
Well, that's what Harlan said, too.
Yeah.
You guys just did the same thing. That's cute. No, but that's what Harlan said. He's like, normally Butker boots it. And they're like, it's weird that, like, that's one of those things where I'm like, I don't know, like, maybe, Mahomes tried to finesse that deep ball to Worthy a little bit, or, because I will say this, and again, I'm not being negative. I'm just saying, like, the throw to Kelsey in the back of the end zone should have been a touchdown.
That was a bad
wide open.
Yeah,
like, that's
open.
one of those ones where you're like,
or he missed DeAndre Hopkins in the end zone in the first half. He's dancing around.
Yeah, he's sitting there, hey, give me.
And that's the best part about yesterday's win is that your best player on your roster wasn't Superman. He was superhuman.
Yeah.
And the defense and the special teams, they always have, I forget what show bit it is, but they do like the 3 aspects. And it's like offense, defense, special teams. Offense, defense, special teams. You have to look at all 3 aspects of the game. And that was one of those aspects in the game where, like, it wasn't the Mahomes, Kelsey, DeAndre Hopkins, Kareem Hunt game. It wasn't the Trent McDuffie lockdown corner game. For sure,
It's the Leo
wasn't
Chenal
that.
game.
It was a special teams win.
And years later, we'll go, remember that Leo Chenal game? And you're like, oh, my God, the block kick. How cool was that?
And it's nuts, man, because, like, that is one of those games. Like you said, you were with Ben Maller, who was in town for the meet and greet on Saturday. And at the end of the game, you FaceTime me, and I'm like, oh, God, what's Bob FaceTiming for? It's a shot of Fireball. Ben Maller's on the camera, and Bob just looks at me and goes, do it. And I just chugged a beer, spit it into my camera. And then, that was, I think, everybody's reaction. And, like, we can dive into it a little bit more as the week goes on, as we get into Buffalo week. But today's one of those days where, a freak win happened. Things didn't go your way.
And you still found a way to win.
You still won.
That's why you're a great team.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It is awesome.
And I think we're
first
still
things first is the one that does the three aspects.
I still think at times we're still living in a world that Patrick Mahomes created where we're supposed to win games 35-10, and it's just not the case in the NFL. Games are hard to win. No matter, I feel like we say this a lot. It is hard to win a game in the NFL.
Yeah,
it is hard to win a game when you're the best team in the NFL and everybody is playing you as their Super Bowl because they know what's at stake if they beat you. They become the talk of the town, the toast of the league for that week. Everybody wants to beat. Yeah, we may have finished 2-14 or whatever, but by God, we beat the Chiefs. You know, we got that to hang our hat on. We beat the best. Like,
what did we say last week? You get everybody's Super Bowl?
You get everybody's Super Bowl every week. So not only are the Chiefs trying to go out there and win a football game every week, they're essentially going out there and trying to win the Super Bowl every single week. And it's so damn hard to do. And we're sitting at 9-0. It doesn't matter how you win. Nobody's giving you bonus points for anything. The only thing that matters are W's and L's and W's and L's, no matter how you get there. There's no style points. There's no Ken Palm ratings that you have to achieve success in. You just have to win your games. And that's why it's called a team sport, because that was a team win yesterday.
Mac wants to call somebody, not a listener. He wants the Chiefs to call somebody. We'll let him explain what he means by it on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan. You're listening to Fescoe and Mac here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty.
What the hell's wrong with your station?
On Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, it's getting to be that holiday time of the year, and you're wondering to yourself, where am I going to park? Well, you probably wonder that every day as we do in Kansas City, but at the airport, the answer is pretty simple. It is Park and Go. You're going to park there when you're headed out of town. I love the service that Park and Go provides from a number of different reasons. Number one, they've got the ability to make your reservation online at bookparkandgo.com. So after I make a flight reservation, I immediately go to bookparkandgo.com and make my flight reservation. There, I'm also able to prepay and save money. That's the big thing for me. You save a bunch of cash when you prepay, and then it's all taken care of. You show up on the day of your flight, you give them your reservation number. They've got a spot reserved specifically for you. You pull into that spot and you look up, it's all covered parking, because every spot at Park and Go is covered. So you know when you're out of town, your car is going to be protected from all of the elements. No snow, no rain, no heat, none of that will ruin your car while you're gone. You get into that spot, the van meets you right away, off to the airport terminal you go. When you get back, just grab your bags, walk outside, jump on the bus, and you're right back to the trunk of your car. Do what we did and join their frequent parker program and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
Bowling Warehouse has taken over KC with a mashup of football, bowling, drinks, and fun. And with 3 15-foot televisions in the hottest bar in town, there's absolutely no better place for watch parties, get-togethers, and happy hours. And what could be better than splashing down pins at your next business event or private party? Plus, Bowling Warehouse KC is convenient for everyone off 435 and State Line. Whether it's a fun night out or a way for your organization to unwind, make your reservation now at bowlingwarehousekc.com. It's time to fool around and find out.
Winchester at Lake City Army Ammunition Plant in Independence is the largest manufacturer of small caliber ammunition for the U.S. military. They're hiring technicians starting at $26.72 an hour with a $1,000 hiring bonus. Excellent day one benefits include medical, dental, educational support, paid time off, and company retirement contributions up to 8%. Join Winchester and serve the U.S. warfighter. It's more than a job. It's a mission. Apply at winchester.com/careers.
You're always better with a roof from JR.
We've had more than our fair share of hail and wind this year. Are you playing Roofer Roulette? That's when you bet your roof and your home on the first random roofer to ring your doorbell. Why do that when JR & Company offers a free hail and wind report online at jrstormcheck.com? Just plug in your address and we'll pull a multi-year storm report. You'll know exactly what your roof has been put through and if you even need an inspection. If you do, no one is more thorough and works better with your insurance than locally owned, veteran-owned JR & Company. And if you need a new roof, remember, a roof from JR comes with a lifetime warranty on workmanship. Don't play Roofer Roulette with your home. Visit jrstormcheck.com and remember,
You're always better with a roof from JR.
Visit jrstormcheck.com.
Hurry to Old Navy now through Monday to get 40% off everything. Crush those holiday wish lists with 40% off everything now through Monday only at Old Navy. Valid 11/7 through 11/11. Excludes gift cards. Today only deals, clearance, and accessories.
Tune in this week to kick off with Boomer and Valenti to hear the Sims Spotlight featuring Super Bowl winning quarterback Phil Simms. Brought to you by Balance of Nature. Balance of Nature supplements. Changing the world one life at a time.
Lowe's honors our military community this Veterans Day and every day. To say thank you, verified military members, veterans, and their spouses get 10% off everyday purchases, plus free silver key status with My Lowe's Rewards. It's our way of showing our gratitude to the brave people who have and continue to serve our country. Learn more now at lowes.com/military. 10% discount can't be combined with another offer. Exclusions, terms, and conditions apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Rinse it out.
Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out.
Pour Downy in the rinse straight.
Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash, it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit lowes.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
When Google Fiber first launched 1 gig internet right here in Kansas City, it cost $70. Cut to today. Over 10 years later, 1 gig internet still costs the same, $70. That's what you get with Google Fiber. Fast, reliable internet with simple, straightforward monthly billing. No data caps, no annual contracts, no hidden fees. Just a small local fee for the city on top of your flat, predictable price. Go beyond good enough. Go beyond fiber. Sign up today at fiber.google.com.
Here's traffic brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Jay's Southland Tow Service. Kansas side 435 eastbound heavy from 69 Highway out towards Antioch with a stalled 69 Highway southbound slow rolling from 135th Street, really slow down towards 143rd Street with a stall in the right lane. Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident, call Jay's Southland Tow Service 816-779-4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments. They can do it all, so be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Kansas City! You ready? You ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to the Red Kingdom!
35-yard attempt, well within his range. 18 of 20 this season. Is left, so one of those misses a 60-yarder to end the half. 35-yard attempt from the far hash. Dixon, the punter, will hold. Raboni is the long snapper. Lutz waiting for the snap. Placement is down. Lutz's kick is blocked! It's blocked! It's blocked! The Chiefs blocked the kick! They're going to stay undefeated! The Kansas City Chiefs blocked a 35-yard field goal attempt! Kansas City wins this game on a blocked field goal.
There you go. The beautiful sounds of Mitch Holthus. You could have heard that here on 96.5 The Fan, 106.5 The Wolf, our sister station, or in your head the rest of the day. Chiefs win 16-14. A great win. A fantastic way to keep going. A divisional win. Division wins are hard, man.
Hard.
They're just tough to come by, and you've got 3 of them already this season, and by a combined total of 16 points.
How many?
16.
Okay, so you've won your division games by a combined 16 points.
Mm-hmm.
You've won all your games by a combined 58 points.
Wow.
Oh, my God. The goosebumps are just crazy right
That's
now.
amazing.
Think about that for a second. 2 of the greatest players in the history of the franchise are the point differentials between your division wins and your overall wins. And whose giggles better, Mac or Danon's?
Mac will always win, but Danon's is just, it's that high
so good.
pitch.
Yeah, he's like wheezing. He's laughing
Like
so
that's
hard.
a guy that played in the league.
Yeah.
that does this every Sunday.
Yeah.
Correct,
Like-
which makes it even better.
way
right?
better.
That's what I love. When guys who
Yeah.
did the job look back and go, "Oh my God,
Play that again.
I just got nothing for you, right?"
So it's no secret. No run game yesterday.
None. Yeah,
None. And the only running we really saw was Mahomes for his life. Mac, you got a phone. Who do you want to call?
Ghostbusters.
Man,
He had it.
give me Donovan Smith's number, bro. I mean,
Okay.
this is the answer. Very rarely in the middle of the season do you have like a solid starting left tackle that has played with you not 5 years ago, last season and won a Super Bowl with you. That's sitting there available. And like that is the biggest need on the team right now is the left tackle, and he's sitting there. If you can call him up, get him off the couch. Hey, it's week 10. Be ready by week 14. Get in shape for a month in the facility. We'll get you ramped up for 3 or 4 weeks until week 18. By then, you've been starting for a month, and it's playoff time, baby. We need a left tackle. This Kansas City team has Mahomes running for his life. Donovan Smith, we saw him do it. An above-average job last season. It's rare that you get an opportunity like this. I'd be surprised if Brett Veach already hasn't called him.
Well, let me ask you this, Mini Bink. Would you consider moving? Would you consider hitting Brett for Miller? Would you consider? Would you consider moving Joe Tooney out to left tackle?
My question for that is, who replaces Tooney?
Okay. Nick Allegretti's not here anymore right
No.
now. Yeah, he's gone.
That's the only thing I'm saying.
No,
like,
I know, but like Kling texted me during the game yesterday, and he's like, it may be time to move Tooney out to left tackle, right?
because he's done that before with the Chiefs.
Yes,
right?
he has. Was
Yeah.
it 2 years ago where everybody was injured and they had to move Joe Tooney outside, right?
He did well.
And then somebody asked Andy in the post-game press conference about it. Somebody also, what did I text you guys was the other dumbass question of the day that somebody asked? Something about,
remember.
like, what is it? Like, I'll look it up in a second. But somebody did ask Andy yesterday, are you considering moving Tooney to left tackle? No. And that was it. Like, which tells me there may have been some kind of conversation about that right now.
How many bad games do you think you're allowed to have as a tackle in the league? Because that's what Wanye's second bad, or is he just? Do you blame the injury?
I blame the injury. I blame still being very young in this league.
That's fine. I'll blame those
and whatnot. But
Still
he's got to start showing better.
Yes.
Though. Yeah, I mean, because of the way that I'm looking at it right now is
Maybe
that
I'm a bad football fan, but I didn't recognize anybody's name on the defense for Denver. Except Surtain, obviously the second.
Surtain,
but Mitch was telling us, just like, look out for that D line, man. And maybe that's bad on my part for not looking into that. But I didn't really know those guys, but they were dominant yesterday.
They were. Yeah. No, they dominated that line of scrimmage yesterday, and that's something that absolutely needs to be fixed.
We won the
right?
game, but they lost it in the trenches.
Yeah, they did. They lost in the trenches, and they've got to get better down there, right? There's no doubt about it. Andy Heck, the offensive line coach. Let's go, Andy. What the heck is going on? Someone asked Patrick Mahomes yesterday if it feels like a win.
Yeah.
Does this feel like a win?
That's what it was. Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, it was.
Did you see the way he reacted in the game? He did this.
Yeah.
He did the helicopter.
Yeah,
He did Eric Osborne's the whole
like if you were at Arrowhead yesterday, that felt like a win.
It felt like the best win ever.
Did it feel like a win? No, it didn't. It felt like what a dumbass question.
Idiot.
Are the three? I feel like I'm going to get cooked for this one. Are the 3 of the top 5 best defensive lines on 3 not so great teams? Like the Giants have a really good defensive line.
Oh my God,
the
they
Titans
do,
have a really good defensive line, and Denver's got a good defensive line.
Denver's got a good defensive line.
No, I think that's great. I think that's a good take, actually.
Yes.
It's weird.
Brioche.
It's weird how that is. Like it's just
It is.
And I mean, look, that's the recipe to beat the Chiefs yesterday, man. Pressure and don't give up run yards. No rushing yards and pressure on Mahomes, and it was tough.
All right, you ask who they could put at guard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to say 3 names. Tell me if you've heard of any of these people. Mike Caliendo you have because it's Frank's brother.
Of course.
We got a guy on the team named Hunter Noorzad.
Yeah, they drafted him this
Yes,
year.
rookie.
Okay.
He's a hybrid. He's like a safety guard or a center guard. Yeah.
He's listed as the backup to Creed. And then the other backup guard to Trey is somebody named C.J. Hansen.
John's brother.
Juice all over the place.
So, I mean, you're not.
What's going on with that?
You're not deep on the offensive line. They got an Ethan Driscoll that backs up the right tackle spot.
That's Jeff's brother.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know.
I love this
The
text.
answer to that question is who could. It's not here.
I love this text from the 816. Screw it. Let's put Chenal at left tackle. That guy can do anything.
Yeah, I like that.
Amazing.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I do like that.
Well, when you talk about moving Joe Tooney, my only qualm about it is me and Brother were talking about Joe Tooney to Trey Smith and Creed in the middle there. That is maybe the best threesome in the entire league.
Yeah.
Like that unit right
I
there.
can think of a
those
better
three.
one. You're starting to.
Paige Sporanic. No, sorry.
But that interior, I mean,
That lady
it's
we
the
met.
strongest part of the team and maybe one of the strongest units in the NFL. I just to make that weaker.
No, I understand what you're saying. Do you weaken a strength to make a weak strength stronger? And look,
Of course, yeah. That's it.
What about Dan Kilgore?
Is he ready? Do we have Kilgore?
And is he playing?
And is he playing today? But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to trust Andy Reid on this. I have to.
Yeah.
He's an offensive line
for
guy,
sure.
and we're 9-0, so maybe they do go out and sign somebody. But I've been around teams, and usually they're losing teams when you go out and sign these guys like at this time of the year and you bring them in. And I'll never forget there was this guy when I was covering the Rams. I don't even remember what the hell his name was. And I said, I said to him, like, he was an offensive lineman. I said, what were you doing? He goes, I was sitting at home eating Doritos playing video games. And that's always like been in my mind. I'm like,
I love Doritos.
who doesn't? But if you want to be an NFL athlete and you tell the media, like, what were you doing yesterday? I was sitting at home playing video games, eating Doritos. It doesn't like ring a lot of confidence, but I'm sure like Brett Veach probably knows somebody somewhere out there that's available and can come in here.
We're living in Brett Veach town.
We are, but also too though, like you got to look at some of these guys and say, "We're at Thanksgiving, dude." Like,
yeah,
you got to play better,
aren't we?
Play better.
We're getting ready to get like Friendsgiving and like I love me a Friendsgiving.
Yeah, so me too.
Oh man, this year I've been tasked to make broccoli cheese rice. You ever had it?
Broccoli cheese rice. Yeah.
Very good.
Why do they that's a random.
Yeah.
That's my item. Somebody's making mashed
I
potatoes.
got
Somebody's
you.
making green bean casserole. Last year, the guy that made green bean casserole ruined it. He didn't cook the beans before he put it in the mix.
You're supposed to cook the beans before you put it in the mix?
Or at least cook it longer.
Is it?
They
I don't
were
know.
hard, they were hard beans.
Jeez.
Jen made some hard asparagus yesterday. Like
That's- you
the
gotta
other
love-
day. Like I'm like,
I was saying
come
she made it
on.
yesterday. She was probably ham bone.
No,
for the game.
not yesterday. It was earlier in the week. And it was like, come on, you got to
Hey,
cut the ends of
sometimes when
this.
you make a bad meal, you got to just own
But
it.
I'll tell you that roughage that goes through, it cleans you out, drags it all out. With that
Now I'm no longer hungry.
roughage.
Roughage.
Roofage.
Coming up on the other side, our Chiefs contributor, Josh Briscoe.
Maybe he'll have an answer for us.
I bet he does. I'd like to know what he thinks about left tackle. We'll do that on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at TheFan965 for behind-the-scenes content from the show. Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got to be prepared, right? And in order to be prepared, you got to know who to call when you're in trouble. But the problem is you just don't know when you're going to be in trouble, when your car is going to break down, when you're going to lock your keys in the car, or when your car isn't going to start. But you know what? If all that happens to you, my friends at Jay's Southland Tow are just a phone call away. So I want you to put their number in your phone right now, 816-779-4TOW, 816-779-4TOW. In your phone, forget about it. But when you do have a car accident, or you do break down, or you do lock your keys in the car, or your car doesn't start, you know who to call, because there's nothing worse than car trouble. And then there's nothing worse than having to wait for somebody to come help you. So that's why you call Jay's Southland Tow right away, 816-779-4TOW. Or at southlandtow.com. They helped me a few months ago on a Friday, blew out a tire. I called them at 5:22. Some 40 minutes later, I was up and I was ready to go. It was awesome. The guys at Jay's Southland Tow will be there when you need them the most. 816-779-4TOW or at southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments and Tammy from the West, and it's Jay's Southland Tow. There's nothing they can't do, so be in the know and use Jay's Southland Tow.
There are several reasons folks buy replacement windows for their homes. To improve the looks, make their home more comfortable, or the granddaddy of them all, to save money on their energy bills. And what if you could get triple glass windows for the double glass price? You'd say, Bob, I think the butter has slid off your noodles. But I have 3 words for you. Thermo King Windows. Their triple glass windows are more than 30% more efficient than their next competitor's windows. These American-made beauties are built like a Sherman tank, but with the looks and style of a luxury automobile. And you can take that to the bank. Of course, they'll probably look at you funny and ask you to move aside, at which point you just smile and say, Thermo King Windows. Call today for your free, no-obligation estimate and window consultation. 888-KING-WIN or online at thermokingwindows.com.
Thermo King Windows.
Our favorite reason to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler? Free service for life with no fine print. That's right. When you buy your engagement ring or any piece of jewelry at Diamonds Direct, you will never have to pay a dime in the future for sizing, cleaning, or routine maintenance. At Diamonds Direct, there's no gotcha clause, no fine print, no looking for ways to void the warranty. Diamonds Direct, the jeweler you can trust with a no questions asked 100% free lifetime warranty with no strings attached. Come see us to learn more.
Reason number 52 to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler. Only Diamonds Direct gives you a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. Diamonds Direct will give you 110% of your original purchase price toward the new stone. That's 10% more than you paid the first time. Guaranteed appreciation. Who else does this? There's no fine print and no minimum purchase requirement. It's 10% more, period. Buy with confidence. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Inside the Huddle with Cody and Gold, each day from noon until 1 on 610 Sports Radio. Inside the Huddle is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. Discover the benefit of blue on the official radio partner of the Kansas City Chiefs, 610 Sports Radio.
Oh no, my phone.
Hear that? It's the sound of a skater dropping her phone and smashing it on the ice. Yep, it's definitely broken. But at Verizon, we got you. This holiday, trade in any phone, any condition from one of our top brands and get a new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus on Unlimited Ultimate and Watch 7 and Tab S9 FE 5G. That's over $1,800 in value. So you'll save big on 3 great gifts. Only at Verizon. Service plan required for watch and tablet. Over $1,800 value based on phone, watch, and tablet. Trade in and additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
Chiefs coverage is brought to you by Comfort Systems Heating and Cooling, serving all of KC.
From maintenance to emergency repairs, Comfort Systems Heating and Cooling will keep you warm when it matters most. Contact us today and stay cozy all season long. Comforting people is what we do. Comfort Systems is right for you. MyComfortSystems.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side, 435 eastbound, heavy from 69 highway out past Antioch. There's a stalled off the shoulder, partially blocking the right lane. Southbound 69 highway, pretty heavy from 135th Street down towards 143rd, with a problem blocking the right lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
What's up, KC? It's Trent McDuffie. Catch the play-by-play all season long with Mitch, Danon, and Clean right here on your home of the Chiefs. 96.5 The Fan.
KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Looking out front, it does look like my car is the only one in the front yard. Here on a happy Veterans Day to all of you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for doing what you do. Chiefs improved to 9-0. Fescoe and Dusty here. We remain perfect as a show.
I was thinking about that yesterday. I'm like, God, Dusty and I have never had a loss together. What's going to happen if we have to experience something like that? And we're not.
Yep. But it is 9 o'clock on a Monday, and we are joined by our Chiefs contributor from SI.com. Josh Briscoe joins us. Hey, quick question. Have you ever blocked anything in your life?
Twitter users. That's pretty close to it.
You Leo Chanel some followers?
I have written death row on my arms to get into the Twitter mentions occasionally, but that's about the height of my achievement there, I think.
There's a fun thing you can do on Twitter, Josh, and it's just mute them and then change your settings to where you don't see responses from people you don't follow. And let me tell you something, it's made my life a lot better.
But you will still see Elon Musk tweets.
Oh, you will?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Saturday.
are now slowly losing your own ability to foster your timeline that way. But Fescoe, that is a trick of a longtime Twitter user, and it sounds like we could exchange notes because I do have a few tricks up my sleeve, a little more devious than just the straight up block. But every once in a while, once in a blue moon, you got to just go ahead, throw out that Leo hand, and just send somebody straight to the penalty box.
You absolutely do. How wild was that yesterday, man? We've been talking obviously about it since 3:30 yesterday, but I mean, this is why the Chiefs are the best team in the NFL, because the great teams just find ways to win.
Yeah, and it's crazy because even when that moment arrived of, okay, here's not a chip shot field goal, but one you certainly expect to see them make. I now this year I've been watching the games in my basement, and then when it's over, I come up to my office where I do this from, and I do my post-game work for ChiefsOnSI.com. And sometimes I'll kind of collect my stuff, wait for it to go final, and then get ready to make the sprint upstairs. And yesterday I didn't. Yesterday it felt like, you know what, I need to make sure we see this clock hit 0 and see this ball go through the uprights, because weird things happen with kickers, weird things happen at Arrowhead, weird things happen in divisional games like this, and weird things only ever happen in Chiefs games. Like, there's no alternative there. So it weirdly wasn't totally surprising when you saw them pull that off to that point of like, well, yeah, the Chiefs just kind of do things like that all the time. And with that being said, that was a football game that every team is supposed to lose. It's why nobody ever goes undefeated. It's why nobody's perfect. It's why this sport is so difficult, is that sometimes your offense sputters out, you only put up 16 points, and you need a miracle at the last second to win it, and the Chiefs are miracle merchants at this point. It's not surprising. It is amazing.
So I guess the elephant in the room is tackle play yesterday was not great. Do you think the Chiefs go out and look for a guy like Donovan Smith, or is it just this is the team moving forward?
I, for a very long time and throughout all of training camp, said this is the team moving forward. The thing that changed for me a little bit yesterday was that I started having, like, not flashbacks, but flash forwards to potential realities in January. And I saw Wanya Morris in the AFC Championship game get hurt in the first quarter. And they went, oh, well, that actually could be the reason that they don't three-peat if Kingsley Suamataia has to be out there and simply can't get depth, can't extend to his left, gets beat with his hands, and then suddenly loses instantly around the edge. That's the kind of play-wrecking thing that we saw against Trey Hendrickson against the Bengals, and we saw it too many times against Denver yesterday too. So I still, for what it's worth, to kind of split these hairs, I don't think calling David Bakhtiari makes any sense. He's played 13 games in 3 years. He played one game more than a year ago, and then obviously hasn't played since. The Chiefs would need reliability at that spot. I don't think Bakhtiari brings it. I do think Donovan Smith is interesting enough to keep his name in the mix. Maybe you even wait it out a couple more weeks. You just cross the halfway point and give Wanya a little bit more time there. But I don't think Donovan Smith would sign here and be given the starting job. I still think it'd be Wanya at this point.
Well, I think you sign him for depth, though, right?
Yes, that if he would come back and say, hey, I'll go ahead and start behind Wanya, and if he gets hurt, I'm your guy, I think it might make sense to avoid having to put Kingsley out there right now, because he was borderline unplayable for chunks yesterday. When an offense is already this fragile, you can't have a weakest link that's so exploitable that way.
Yeah, and that's something that they've got to figure out a way to fix, whether it's coaching up or I don't know what the case may be. I'm just not a huge guy in November that's been doing nothing, and you don't just know how ready they are or, how much they can truly help. I think this is one of those deals where you just go to Wanya Morris and Kingsley and say, look, guys, it's Thanksgiving time. You've got to start playing better and coach those guys up, because I just don't know at this point in the season, the trade deadline's already gone. If you were going to bring somebody in, that may have been the time to do it. Maybe they tried. Maybe nobody wanted to trade with him. But I think they just got to start playing better. Or maybe you start keeping somebody in to chip, and that's what you use Carson Steele for. Or maybe you use Noah Gray for something like that.
Yeah, and I've been patient with that duo here for a long time. I've largely been with you. The one advantage that Smith has, it's not quite the same as, again, like a brand new addition. I didn't want them to trade for anybody there either. Having the familiarity with the guy who did play that spot last year is why Donovan Smith, much like Juju Smith-Schuster, much like Kareem Hunt, I suppose, why he is sort of uniquely qualified to be the one candidate there. I'm not really interested in them adding anybody else outside of Donovan Smith. The other thing is that the chips weren't working yesterday. Some of it seemed like it made Kingsley's life even harder, getting a pass rusher knock in front of him, and then now all of a sudden he's not even aiming where he thought he would be pre-snap. So I think Wanya has been largely fine, although there have been a couple of rough outings as of late. I don't think Wanya Morris will be the reason this team doesn't three-peat. I worry that Wanya Morris getting hurt in the playoffs may put Kingsley in an unwinnable position. But I would love to see Kingsley have put something on tape yesterday that showed you what he's been doing since week 2. But that is a really, really discouraging status report. Maybe it'd be better if he had to start. Maybe it'd be better if he had a week to prepare, but I don't know that he's going to. So I feel okay about Wanya Morris. I don't feel great about Kingsley. I don't feel great about Donovan Smith. But that's where I'm at right now in the entire group of that left tackle question.
When you look at that game yesterday and the offensive line struggling for Patrick Mahomes to kind of do his thing as the quarterback, when you put all that together, do you think that maybe that's why he was a little bit off? Because a lot of people would say he's kind of been just that much off this season. But yesterday, obviously, the imperativeness of getting the ball out sacked 4 times, like the missed throw to Kelsey in the end zone, the deep ball to Worthy that used to be his bread and butter type of throw. Is that sort of offensive line related, or is Pat got a little bit of the yips?
No, I think it's a little bit line related. I think you might be able to put a little bit of it on his ankle just in terms of being able to drive off that back foot and where you're going to be able to put the ball in terms of the actual, the height of the target. Think about you being able to drive into it and kind of throwing the football straight and down almost, as opposed to seeing them float and get away from them. I think all of that is related, and it's not totally new either. I mean, throughout the first chunk of the season, we were talking about a little bit of happy feet, maybe him dropping his eyes a little bit early. Then he kind of trusts the line a little more, and then he gets sacked more in recent weeks as he does give that offensive line a little longer to protect him and a little more time for himself to work there in the pocket. So I think they're all intertwined. I do still think, just by the value of him being the best quarterback in the world and acknowledging that this offensive line is middle of the pack with the whole group all combined, that is an issue that Mahomes needs to solve for himself. I worry about what it's going to look like against Buffalo next week, but I do think it's all connected. I think it's justifiable in a lot of ways. I don't think it's indicative of something that's going to continue to haunt Mahomes for the rest of the year. But, I mean, it almost cost them by anything less than Leo Chanel's palm. That would have led them to a loss yesterday. I think that matters. It's something that Mahomes and this offense need to continue to fine-tune, and it's why the offensive line needs to earn a little bit of that trust back from Mahomes. And Mahomes needs to make sure he's delivering those passes, certainly to Xavier Worthy down the sideline. That relationship has been rocky, and it hasn't all been Worthy's fault. Missing Kelsey in the back of the end zone is the most frustrating because you don't see him miss that throw a lot, but I'm not really that worried about the Mahomes-Kelsey connection at this point going into the future. I would love to see him just hit the touchdowns that are there, though. That game would have been a lot less stressful with those 2 passes.
And maybe we go back to, the quick slant patterns that we were doing with Rashee Rice at the beginning of the year with DeAndre Hopkins, maybe Xavier Worthy, to try to get his confidence built back up. And with the offensive line the way it is, I know we're already in the pistol formation, but a quick boom, 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 just fire it like that and let those receivers go to work.
Yeah, and I was a little bit surprised. I mean, DeAndre Hopkins got a handful of targets, put up some yards. Not a bad day for him in his 3rd game here, but I was a little surprised we didn't see them try to make a little bit more out of that, especially after Kingsley came in. Say, hey, can we speed this up a little bit? Speed it up for the pass rush, speed it up for the secondary, and just try to hit DeAndre Hopkins over the middle a few times. I wonder if that might be something they rely on a little bit more if we do see a repeat issue that we saw yesterday.
All right, brother. Well, Buffalo week, you win this game, the AFC's over. We can all sit back, enjoy our Hawaiian shirts, cigars, and cocktails, and wait till the Super Bowl comes.
Listen, a lot of rust by the time the playoffs get around, but I think we all just take bye weeks until the playoffs get here if they beat Buffalo.
Yeah, let's do absolutely. I thought we were getting a bye week this week, but I guess I was wrong. Josh, we appreciate you. We'll talk to you next Monday.
Thanks for not blocking me, guys.
No,
you got it.
Yeah, never. That's Josh Briscoe. He is our Chiefs contributor from SI.com. Plant foot's not the left foot? Is that the I don't know. I'm trying to think of how you.
Well, if I'm a left-handed person, which I am, I'm running back.
Yeah, show him on the camera. This is Bob being a quarterback. Now throw it like you're right-handed.
No, I'm left-handed.
Oh,
So
you are?
my left leg is my back leg.
Oh, okay.
So if you're right-handed, then your right leg is your back leg.
Yeah, so that's is it his left ankle? Or is it right ankle?
I don't know. Or his
left ankle, right ankle, no ankle, who gives a rip?
Yeah.
Is he better on one leg?
He's just good at everything. Patrick Mahomes on one leg or Aaron Rodgers?
Yes. I would rather have Patrick Mahomes.
Hey, how are you?
What?
What was that?
Yeah, I hadn't used it yet. I didn't know if it would. Didn't know if it would sound clear.
What is it again?
Hey, how are you?
You can hear him. Mahomes.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
how are you?
Yeah. Hey, how are you?
Do you have the audio of Mahomes asking the referee to let him know when you've got the and the car, Kevin Harlan's like, oh, Mahomes is asking the ref.
Everyone's freaking out about that now, of course.
This might be the best audio of the whole day yesterday.
No, actually, I was talking to D-Hop, and he's like, man, this game over. I'm like, nah, it ain't. I said, I've seen some crazier things. I'm like, so we just got to just see what happens. And obviously the block happened.
We'll keep doing crazier things on the other side. Here on 96.5 The Fan, it is your home for Kansas City sports.
Fescoe and Dusty. Subscribe and watch the show on YouTube by going to our channel at The Fan 965, Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Week 10 wasn't enough for you yesterday, you got an opportunity to cap it off tonight with a chance to win on FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Right now, new customers can get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins on tonight's game. And maybe you want to build the same game parlay for Monday Night Football, the Miami Dolphins at the Los Angeles Rams. Hey, it's L.A. Let's take Tyreek Hill with an anytime touchdown. Let's take Tua over the passing yards. And you know what? Matthew Stafford over the passing yards as well. Just visit FanDuel.com/610Bob to make every moment more this season. FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL and of 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Kansas. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Getting help is your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com.
Men, we hear it all the time. A man comes in to get his erectile dysfunction treated, and very soon thereafter, he tells us that his relationship is renewed. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and you should know that ED doesn't just affect you, it also often affects your partner. They can feel undesired, unwanted, they may even feel like you don't love them anymore. At Heartland Men's Health, we've successfully treated thousands of men for ED with protocols that have success rates well over 90%, which means if you're like most men, we can get you back to the guy you used to be. You could even last up to an hour or more and find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and give your partner the gift of renewed love. Your first visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in our office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. That's heartlandmenshealth.com. Heartland Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
Hurry to Old Navy now through Monday to get 40% off everything. Crush those holiday wish lists with 40% off everything now through Monday only at Old Navy. Valid 11/7 through 11/11. Excludes gift cards. Today only deals, clearance, and accessories.
It's winter clearance time at Volkswagen Lee Summit. Get up to $5,000 off the 24 Jetta, 24 Taos, and 24 Tiguan, and up to $8,000 off the 24 Atlas and Atlas Crossport. Hurry in before we sell out of 24s. Visit VWLeeSummit.com.
Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
It's football season, and now you can get anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Well, almost anything. You can't get a running back, but baby back ribs? Yes. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
When I wake up, the best mornings in the morning light start with Wrangler. I put on my jeans and I feel alright. Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
You hear that? That's the sound of another year counting down. Another year missing your revenue goal. Another year wondering why your marketing isn't more effective. Another year worried about next year. The clock is ticking, but you still have time. Time to contact the experts at Scale Marketing. Scale Marketing is a full-service marketing agency who is expert in lead generation and revenue growth. How expert? Our clients see an average of 20% growth in the first year alone, with sustained growth from there. It's all part of our process. From your traditional marketing to social media to paid search, we'll take a forensic approach, digging deep to find the root problems in your marketing strategy. Then we'll fix them fast. At Scale Marketing, we can't stop the clock, but we can change your company's future. Find out how you can make your marketing budget work harder and drive more revenue. Contact us at scalemarketing.com. That's scalemarketing.com.
Your coworkers might annoy you, but we promise we won't. Download the free Odyssey app and you can listen to us at work while you tackle your inbox or get ready for another meeting that probably could have been an email. Tune in late? You can rewind your favorite live shows to catch what you missed. And with Chapters, easily jump to the topics that you care about most, like the latest updates from your team. Your sports talk, your way. The Odyssey app. Download it today.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios.
Bateador Lutz de parte de los Broncos, el número 3, se acomoda hacia adelante, la patada, ¡el bloqueo! Jara, se bloquea esta jugada y Kansas City se lleva la victoria del día de hoy. ¡Hay bloqueo! Los Broncos la fallan, los Broncos no pueden hacerla y los Kansas City Chiefs se llevan la victoria cuando esperábamos un gol de campo. Kansas City y tapa este ovoide y se lleva la victoria por 2 puntos. Kansas City se mantiene invicto en la temporada 2024, Hannah.
The Spanish call of the game yesterday.
Our friends over at Tico Sports with the call. Way to go, man. That was awesome yesterday. That was great. And then I just love the Denver call. I really do, because it's just so sad. It is so sad to hear the Denver Broncos.
Will Lutz backs up, takes 2 steps to the side, says he's ready. An attempt of 35 yards for the win. Snap, placement, kick on the way. It is blocked.
I have no idea what to say.
I don't even know what to say. I really am at a loss for words. 35-yard field goal blocked with 1 second to go, and Kansas City is going to get out of here with a 16-14 win over the Broncos.
Hearts broken in Broncos country, no doubt. Broncos had it all set up for a chip shot field goal.
Yeah, that's what happens when you play for a chip shot field goal like Sean Payton did yesterday. I still get so excited. It's wild. It's wild. Yeah, lose my voice. Lost it.
Well, at least you won't do a lot of talking on Tuesday.
No, that is true. I probably won't do a lot of talking today either. Oh, my God.
Early bedtime for all of us.
God, Kevin's so good.
So good.
I sent it. I sent him a text yesterday. I go, "That was an amazing call, right?" And the response back is like, "I'm somebody important. Like, you are wonderful. I really." I'm like, "Oh my God, come on, Kevin, stop lying."
That's awesome.
He's just the greatest human. I love the guy.
And he got to go home after the game.
Yeah.
Right down the street.
Couldn't have been any better, though. You got Mitch. You got the former voice of the Chiefs who lives in Kansas City. You got Trent Green. You got Danon. You got Tico Sports. Everybody's up there. And then you have the Broncos announcer. Blocked. Oh, man. Something went weird with the Chicago Bears. They lost a game to New England, right? 19-3. Caleb Williams, you're off the Caleb train, you said?
I think so. I mean, man.
See, I'm getting on the Kyler train. I've never been on the Caleb train, but I'm getting on the Kyler train right now. He's great.
We tried to tell you.
I tried to tell you about Caleb, too.
True. They cancel out.
Okay. That hit, though, that he took yesterday by that jet player where his helmet went flying, I don't know that I've ever seen anything like that in my life.
Did you see the guy that attempted the Saquon Barkley hurdle?
No.
Oh, you haven't seen it? I'll send it to you.
I haven't seen that.
Who was it?
I think it's like a high school player or like a low division college player trying to do the Saquon Barkley. how you could imagine. And then I'm pretty sure this guy for Miami or Georgia Tech, somebody in that game got absolutely obliterated too.
Oh, come on. You don't try that. You just don't.
They didn't try that. It was just like a play where I think Miami just destroyed this guy for Georgia Tech, which Miami lost.
Mac was very excited at the landing. Yeah, he was very excited.
Baby.
Volunteers, Tuesday night, big night now, yeah.
Cam Ward's the next quarterback for the Giants.
It's true.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys like him?
I do. He's the only quarterback that
He
I
plays
like.
reckless, but I mean, he's better than Daniel Jones.
Oh, I'd say you're better than Daniel Jones. I'm better than Daniel Jones.
I don't know about that, but
my friend who's a Lions fan, so now he can walk around and gloat all the time, right? Like his whole life it sucked. He goes, "Are you done with Daniel Dimes yet?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think we've reached
I think
that
he's
point."
Daniel Pennies at this point. This is what you're referencing when it comes to the Bears.
We got to pull those experiences.
Coach, your cell phone's as bad as the offense right now.
All right, we'll put them on hold and see if we can reestablish.
In an interview with Matt Eberflus on the flagship station, the host says your cell phone's as bad as the offense right now.
Does that? I'm trying to think about that. Does that get the guy doing the radio host or whoever that is? Does that get him in trouble? Like for that comment? Like, will their PR be like, "Hey, dude," or they be like, "Solid joke. Our offense sucks."
I think you have to own it if you're the Bears at this point in time, right? They haven't scored.
He's fired, right?
Eberflus?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's gone.
Yeah,
he's gone.
Yeah. Has to be, right?
Did you say
Ben Johnson.
They haven't won Ben Johnson?
They haven't.
Is he going to actually take a job?
Yeah, if he'll take a job, if he'll take a damn job.
I mean, if you're him right now, it's kind of like the Eric Bieniemy, Steve Spagnuolo, Matt Nagy situation. Like, why would you leave what you got going on right now if you're him, right?
I saw a lot of people interested in Matt Nagy.
There's a lot of people that are interested in Matt, yeah. And they should be. And they should be interested in Ben Johnson. But I think coaches right now, you're going to get I don't think the Giants are firing Dable. I really don't. I think they're going to give him an opportunity with a real human at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I was watching Taxi last night. Oh, my God. If you aren't dead on with Latka Gravis and him being an exact spitting image of each other, I don't know. Latka was peddling like cocaine-filled cookies, and I'm just looking at him, and I'm going, this is Daniel Jones. Andy Kaufman. It is Andy Kaufman to a T.
Google search Andy Kaufman, Mac. I know you don't know who that is, but Man on the Moon. Great movie.
Man on the Moon.
Carrey.
It was a song also by R.E.M., but anyway, I'm like, oh, my God.
Especially when he has the helmet on.
Yeah.
Because those eyes are
the eyes are like this. Hey. Would you
dude.
like a cookie? And so where were we?
You're talking about the Giants.
Brian Daboll,
like, be honest with you, man. Like, if you're Ben Johnson right now, again, the say it out loud test, do you want to be the head coach of the Jets, who have a $45 million cap hit coming with a loser, narcissist douchebag at quarterback? Or do you just want to stay and be the offensive coordinator, do what you're doing right now in Detroit, right?
I think he's either going to go to Cincinnati.
Are you convinced Cincinnati's opening right now?
I think you have to. If they miss the playoffs, they can technically still make the playoffs, right? It's not over yet.
People are saying that. I saw a couple of, because they're trying to milk this narrative in New York. Are the Jets close to being, they're 3-7.
Oh, they're done. They're done.
Stop with the Jets, but they are the 10th seed in the 7th playoff, right?
Yeah, no, but I mean, come on.
Yeah. But the Bengals are 9, the Colts are 8, and the Broncos are still in. It's at even with the loss yesterday, they're still the 7th seed.
Yeah.
In the playoffs right now. But so anyway, back. So you guys both think Zach Taylor's gone?
I think if they miss the playoffs, he's gone. If they make the playoffs, they'll keep him. But they're currently 4-6, and their schedule's not that tough.
Right. But they have Baltimore this week.
I think they do have a semi.
No,
they have the Chargers.
Yeah,
they play Sunday Night Football this week against the Chargers. They have that game. They have a bye week.
They haven't had their bye yet?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then they play the Steelers.
Those are their two hardest games, Chargers and Steelers. They need to win one
they
of
have
those.
the Steelers twice, though, don't they? Still?
Week 18.
Yeah. And then they get Cowboys, Titans, Browns, Broncos, Steelers. That's not as easy as we might have thought if the Broncos are that team. I don't know if the Broncos are that team.
Fake.
They proved a lot yesterday. But they'll probably play the Cowboys, who will start Trey Lance, because that's what they're discussing right now in Dallas.
Can you believe Thanksgiving, Giants and Cowboys? Who's ready?
When do we have that discussion? That they need to flex Thanksgiving?
You just can't because of the unequal weeks and all that. It's too hard for a Thursday.
Then they need to get rid of it. They need to get rid of the tradition. Like Detroit,
I don't know. I'm old school. I like Detroit on Thanksgiving Day. Dallas can never play again, and I'd be just fine. If the Dallas Cowboys never played a game again, I'd be fine.
But I think it's one of those things where if one goes, they both have to go. Yeah, I don't know what's going on over here.
We
There's
have
like
a lot of cops out here right
There's
now.
like 7 cops on the side of the road checking things out. There's a motorcycle. There's a guy in a SUV cop. They were looking on the hillside. I hope everything's all right. I hope there's not like a
every
body
once in a
over
while,
there.
there was one morning where there was a guy running that they were trying to get who escaped from like the Econo Lodge.
I don't know if you guys found this either, but there was a thing that happened this weekend where the New Orleans Saints, right? I was telling everybody, I was like, I don't know. I thought we had the audio on the thing. We can't.
I thought we put that audio in.
I just can't seem to find it. But it is weird how they rallied around their coach.
I told you they
I know.
would. Yeah.
I said, why not take Atlanta this week?
Yeah.
I mean, I missed my bet on the board. I had Minnesota. You think people in Minnesota are complaining today? They won 12-7 against Jacksonville.
What do you think of the white helmets?
I thought those were clean, man.
I did too.
I really thought those were clean.
You should never complain about a win in the NFL.
I mean, their quarterback threw 3 picks in the red area. Is it red? Do you say red area or red
I say
zone?
red zone. Why are we changing it to red area zone now?
Has it been-
Offensive
how
or something?
How long has it been in the red area?
I don't know.
Like 2 or 3 years? It's always been the red area?
See, it was always been the red
so
zone.
it's like red zone, red area, tomato?
Yep.
It's a fruit, it's a veggie?
To me, I found that players say red area. Like Tom Brady says
Tom
red
Brady
area.
always says it.
Quarterbacks say red area. I don't know why.
I just never. Okay.
It was always the red zone.
I'm just going to start calling it red area to be a troll in the text group.
But maybe people are calling it red zone because they don't want to get it confused with Scott Hansen.
Yeah, well. But like he said that Matt says the players have always done that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it.
People say they could just hear that for 10 minutes.
Oh, how could you not? I mean, it's just still giddy.
So crazy.
¡Bloqueo! ¡Bloqueo!
Blocked! The Chiefs have won! The Chiefs have won!
Insane.
He's just so good. You could like Kevin's falling out of the booth.
Do you? Oh man, Justin Reed's on Twitter right now saying, "Send me the best pictures from the game of the blocked field goal." Did you see the picture they got
With the referee in there?
Yeah,
that was a good one too.
Because the refs didn't give that one to the Chiefs.
No, people were complaining yesterday. The salt was good yesterday. There was like, oh, there's too many guys on the line of scrimmage, and the refs didn't call that.
Mm-hmm. Do you find more enjoyment? I want to bring this up because we didn't get to it earlier. Do you get more enjoyment watching Dallas lose every week or the Jets?
Both. I don't know which I enjoy more. I really enjoy both.
Or
I really do.
Or beating Denver. Like, rank these 3. Start bench cut.
All right.
Ready?
Right. Yeah.
Beating Denver, watching the Jets lose, and watching Dallas lose.
Beating the Denver's start, right? And then I'm benching the Jets and Dallas, and I'm not cutting either of them because I enjoy it. It really is good. Like, for me, it makes my heart warm. When I see teams so ill-prepared and do such dumb stuff to have it backfire in their face. Dallas yesterday was down or lost 34-6 or whatever it was in that game yesterday. They were blaming the sun in the stadium.
Their owner built that stadium.
That's right.
Like, they should have known that, like, when they put that in there.
Right. Like, you got a stadium with glass facing west, and most of our games are at 325.
How long ago was it that they tinted the windows at Fog Allen? It wasn't that long ago, was it?
I don't think they've tinted those windows, did
Yes,
they?
they did.
They did?
Absolutely, they did.
Really?
Yeah, they tinted those windows.
Have they really? I haven't been in there in years. I don't know. Did they really?
No, oh, yeah.
Oh.
And I know that because, like, that was a problem. Let me see. I'm pretty sure they did. I don't want to be that confident now, backtrack.
Because I always liked the light in day games at Allen Fieldhouse. I always thought that was kind of magical. But you built a stadium with your west end fully glass. Like, what did you expect was going to happen in that situation? That was that was stupid. Like, they should not have allowed you to build the stadium, NFL, in that style. Or have some sort of blinds that come down to shield the sun from everybody because CD Lamb just couldn't see the ball. Yesterday.
Every
so now
year.
the sun is a
yeah.
problem. But I think to answer your question, I think it's, for me, like, watching Aaron Rodgers flame out is very joyful. It is very joyful because I just don't like him, and I really don't like the way that he treats others. And he is a person to me. You're supposed to treat people like you want to be treated. He's a douchebag.
Yep.
And he has made life hell for Joe Douglas, for Robert Saleh, for Mike Williams, who had as many points yesterday as the Jets did. You know, for everybody on that team, McCole Hardman probably has horror stories, you know, about Aaron Rodgers. You know, you saw Zach Wilson, you know, all this stuff. Like Aaron Rodgers came in and the trickle-down effect of lives that he ruined or disrupted just with the Jets. And then you wonder about Green Bay and why they only won one championship. They only won one because Aaron Rodgers sucks. He just does. He is the most overrated and celebrated athlete that we have in this generation. He's a loser, man. He really is a loser.
This was a winner yesterday, the Saints interim head coach.
No, man, I'm a pretty open guy, so this is how my day started. I get down here to the stadium, I get down here to Superdome, I go in the head coach's locker room, which, you know, I've never used before, right? So here I am early in the morning, I go to the bathroom, and this is how my day started. I clogged the toilet. And I'm like, this is going to be a crappy day, pun intended. And so listen, I'm like, okay, this is not really a great start to the day. Here we go. And so, I'm not really feeling like a head coach of an NFL team right now. So I'm like, really? This is really how we're going to start my day? So
apparently he likes to hit the podium, too, when he talks.
I was
this
like,
guy. That sounds like the T-Rex is getting ready to show its face. I can see my water ripples going. Be a ripple effect. Spread positivity.
Yeah.
Have fun today.
Like, that guy's great, right?
Yeah.
I don't know who he is. Never heard of him in my life, but man, he clogged the toilet. Who hasn't clogged a toilet?
Alex broke his parents' toilet when he
That's
stayed
right,
with them
yeah.
last holiday season.
Yeah, he did. He broke their toilet. Yeah,
smashed the porcelain
all over the floor. Yeah.
Have you ever like clogged someone else's toilet?
Oh, all the time.
Really?
It's embarrassing. Yeah, it's terrible. Like,
you got heavy stools?
I was just telling Jen last week, I said, I am a terrible toilet flusher. I don't know what happens. I flush the toilet. It always gets stuck. It always gets hung up inside. I always got to take the top off.
Oh, yeah. Reattach the thing.
Reattach it or just get it like it's, you know, I don't know. Oh, God, yes, Dusty. I have plugged more toilets in my life than probably anybody. And it always happens at somebody else's house. And then you've got to go out and go, do you have a plunger? Yep, there it is. And you're out there, you're plunging somebody else's toilet because, you clogged it. And, I've done it at public places before. I've done it at friends' houses. I do it at my house all the time.
Damn, Arizona was up 31-6 with 4:15 left in the third quarter. The Jets might have gotten kicked in the teeth worse than the Florida Gators this weekend.
But why are people still talking about them being alive?
Who, the Jets?
Yeah.
Because they're Rodgers. 22 of 35, 151. I don't see Devontae Adams' name on there.
The problem is Aaron Rodgers is too arrogant to realize he sucks and he's the problem. And he is.
What? Did he sign a 3-year deal?
He's got another year left.
Yeah,
Even if he retires, it's a $45 million cap hit.
You think he... Yeah, never mind. I'm not even going to bring that up.
Do stupid things, get stupid results.
So, you think he gets benched this year?
Well, he's going to have to bench himself.
Yeah, he'd bench himself, and I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah.
You
wouldn't. I wouldn't put it past him,
No.
really. Oh, I would. He's too narcissistic to think he's the problem.
Is he going to fake an injury?
Yeah, he'd fake an injury.
He's going to be like, I just have a bad knee this week.
I don't think he liked football before the season. I was kind of skeptical of his drive, and that was why I was a little like on my Jets take in general. But like, he obviously doesn't have passion for this anymore. He does not care. And now they're bad.
Yeah. Oh, and now nobody has passion.
They're terrible.
Yeah. Nobody on that team has passion.
It's going to be a long 7 weeks for Aaron Rodgers.
God, I hope he gets sacked after sack after sack after sack. I hope people that used to play with him just sign back up in the NFL and want to play defense and sack Aaron Rodgers. Because you wonder what kind of infestation he had in Green Bay.
Clay Matthews out of retirement.
I just wonder if, Devontae Adams really does truly believe him.
Here's a tweet from Bovada that just came out. The Jets are 1-3 and have been outscored 106-64 since Devontae Adams saved their season.
I mean, it's just tough, man. I just think that's,
Oh, God.
That's the joy of being in the Chiefs' kingdom, is that you don't have to worry about those type of Mondays.
Yeah. you
imagine
just
being
don't.
in New York doing radio.
Oh, man.
Oh, you can listen in on the Odyssey app.
I'm okay. I think I'll go home and listen to nature sounds. I mean, that is tough. I mean, so let's be fair here, Mac. I want to talk to you too about this. Are the Jets that bad or are the Cardinals that good?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think the Jets are more bad.
That was a wax job.
That was a wax job. No, I think the Cardinals are really good, but I think you found a motivated team that is finding their groove right up against a team that has lost everything and has no will for it. So I think it's the juxtaposition of both there at play. But I think the Cardinals are real. I wouldn't put them in that contender category, though, as where I put the Jets. Are they the worst team in football?
No, the Giants are by far.
You think?
They just lost to Bryce Young in the
Carolina.
That's true.
Is Bryce Young showing new life?
Is he on the come?
I don't know. He
two in a row?
2 wins in a row?
Yeah.
2 in a row? It was in Germany, though. I take out the bad teams with the travel because Mitch was telling us about that. He's like, traveling's, the whole off the thing. It's
Yeah,
like,
I have to see more out of Bryce Young. I'm not ready to crown him.
No,
quite
yeah.
yet,
I
but-
will say this. In the 2 games we've seen, very small sample size, has been massively improved
It has.
over the 2 season and a half that we saw before.
They beat the Saints, right? The
Yeah.
And
Saints
beat
and
the
Giants. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
he
and what's
wasn't
up with
beating
the
anybody,
Saints?
but he wasn't beating anybody.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What's up with the Saints?
Well, they just
suck.
beat the Falcons.
I told
27. So
Dusty
what's
yesterday
going on?
he was going
Because
to bet the Falcons. I said, stay away from that game.
I was going to bet the Falcons. He goes, don't do it. He goes, they'll win this week, but they won't win again.
Dude, that team is
They rally
so
behind.
inconsistent.
What?
Yeah.
Who saw MVS 3 for 150 and 2 touchdowns? Maybe it was always Derek Carr, but MVS in Kansas City is officially. Sky Moore in Kansas City is officially. Negativity for the rest of my time on the air is.
There you go.
Yes.
That's right.
Or you can do this.
¡Bloqueo!
That's right.
Or very sad. Blocked.
From the 303, hey, Bob and Dusty, I live in Denver, and the stations here are irate, calling us frauds, not the best team, etc. A bunch of hosts, guaranteed wins on the 2 stations, Chase Kingdoms, Micah and Denver.
Yeah, Mike in Denver, I'll tell you what, my man, keep fighting the good fight out there and let them know that losers say we dominated but didn't win, just like Sean Payton did after the game yesterday. We outplayed them was the quote by Sean Payton, but you didn't outscore them.
Well, you know what they say in Survivor, outwit, outlast, outplay. You got maybe 1, but you didn't get all 3. The tribe has spoken. Coming up on the other side, it is our brioche of the weekend. I'm not going to make you cry, but you might think I'm going to. Bob Fescoe, Dusty Likens, and Mac Morey here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
When Google Fiber first launched 1 gig internet right here in Kansas City, it cost $70. Cut to today. Over 10 years later, 1 gig internet still costs the same, $70. That's what you get with Google Fiber. Fast, reliable internet with simple, straightforward monthly billing. No data caps, no annual contracts, no hidden fees. Just a small local fee for the city on top of your flat, predictable price. Go beyond good enough. Go beyond fiber. Sign up today at fiber.google.com.
Show your Riz. Here's a career opportunity for you. Keller Fire and Safety is hiring fire protection professionals because they are on fire and they need your help, both inside the office and out in the field. Keller needs your experience, but if you don't have it, they'll get you there. Keller has been saving people and property since 1950. Get your career on fire. Look them up online and apply. Keller Fire and Safety. KellerFire.com.
If you had the crystal ball, you wouldn't agonize over when to sell your home. You'd just ask, should I sell while my home's value is sky high, or wait and hope the bottom doesn't drop out of the housing market? The thing is, I'm not ready to move. You don't need a crystal ball with TrueHold's Sell and Stay program. You can literally sell now and stay in your home as long as you like. When you sell your home to TrueHold for its best current value, you can fully cash out your home's equity, and you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance too. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get an offer now while your home's value is sky high, and use the money to secure your retirement, pay off bills, or finance your dreams. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out your home's current best value without moving. That's TrueHold.com.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you're hiring for your business, ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology makes finding qualified candidates for your job easy. This made us wonder, what if the rest of the world was as easy as ZipRecruiter? Math problems wouldn't be so problematic.
K equals 42.
Escape rooms? Elementary. And summiting Everest would be a walk in the park. In the meantime, if you want to make your hiring easier, use ZipRecruiter. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Simple. So, see what the world is like when ZipRecruiter does the hard work of hiring for you. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free.